Ahoy, Wonders, and welcome back to the table. It's good to be here. Next week, we will not be here because...
You guys
well, I won't be here specifically.
I could be in the building.
I'm heading to LA to get ready for Anime Expo, where you can catch Grant, myself, Kaiser, and Taka, and Antfish live. So feel free to drop by, grab some merch, get some autographs, take some pictures, have a nice conversation. Why not? We're there for you. We're there to have fun.
But then where does that leave you and me? Oh, wait, don't worry. I have the answer for that. We're going to have a kobold-only adventure next week.
Oh, dear.
And
a fancy kobold-only
To go boldly go where no one has gone.
Well, you said the two, so I was just like, I was going to enter the pun in there, but don't worry about it. There will also be two other guests along with us as well.
Ooh, interesting.
Stefan, who's been around, who's you may have seen him during our E3 stream, he will also be in on this, and also our good pal over there at the tech desk, he'll be a part of it as well. Yep. Live Studio Brian.
Live Studio Brian will be there as well. But we are here to figure out what happened to Netra!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna give Brian anxiety by yelling every now and again. So, last time we found a whole bunch of monstrous little children. The Wake didn't want to kill. He just didn't. But you know, everybody else, like, while they might have had scruples with killing them, far fewer than Wake.
We all had our patience worn thin.
Yeah.
Until finally a fire-breathing donkey man laid waste to two children and part of the ship.
Hey man, brought some light in.
But Nedra went missing before that. And as Wake sullenly walks off to deal with the fact that he just saw two children incinerated in front of his eyes, we re-enter the scene.
And yet there's no honey.
Still no honey.
Sorry about that.
Put you back here, buddy.
Oh yeah, Red also fell out of the boat.
Oh yeah, Red's on the beach.
Yeah.
Whatever, she's just having a day at the beach.
Yeah, no one's bothered to check on her yet.
She just got pummeled
You
through
said-
a wall.
You said Mite was going to go check on her at the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I've got a grappling hook and some rope. I'll head to the hole and try and brace that grappling hook.
It's on the first floor, remember? Because remember, if you were on the top of the ship going down.
Yeah, we were heading
Oh,
down.
okay, so
Yeah,
it's-
And remember,
Yeah,
the
so
ship is
she's like-
capsized upside down. So technically, you were on the bottom.
Yeah, and we're on
but
the
that was
lower
second
side of the
floor.
ship.
Okay, so we're already on ground level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
then,
she
let's-
didn't have much of a fall, just was pushed
Straight through the
through
side of
a
a ship.
wall.
A couple of barriers
Want
she
to
cracked
emphasize,
through.
a vessel likely meant to be able to handle at least a bit of cannon fire. She was sent through.
So you guys ever seen a charger from Left 4 Dead?
Right?
That's essentially what just happened to her.
Yeah, she got pushed through that wall. She was left out of combat.
Yeah, I think I do have 2 rounds worth of healing left out of that aura of vitality, so I've got some healing left for her. So.
Yeah, because in comes Mite carrying Red, who looks like she's not moving at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop some healing on her, see what that does for her. I can heal her for 9.
You watch as she just inhales a large gasp of breath as she coughs up blood, and Mite kind of gingerly puts her onto her feet, and she's holding on to him, just like, oh, okay. What day is it? Where at? What? Oh God, it's so bright outside. She's inside the building right now.
Yeah, Wake is in a different room.
Yes.
So
Ezra heads over and just kind of gives her a quick look over. I'll do, I guess, a medical check to see if anything vital looks like it's in pieces.
Apart from the fact that you could visibly see that her nose is about 2 inches to the left right now, which she just goes, oh, wait, hold on. Ah!
Red, you took a bit of a tumble. We had a big scary monster push you through a wall, but everything undead is now dead.
Well, I hear your voice, so I guess that means everyone's okay.
Well, we still can't find Nedra. Whoever took her hid her somewhere, as far as we can tell.
Okay, well, let's go take care of that face first onto the floor.
I think she needs a nap.
You wanna heal? That's all the magic-y healing I have. You want a potion?
I'm fluffing this up. Technically she's okay. She's now at 9 HP.
she's just mostly concussed.
Yeah, she's just can't remember purple too good.
Yeah, let's give you a potion there, Red.
I got it. She chugs one down.
Okay.
You hear an audible crack as her face returns to normal. Okay, now I actually can see just one of you instead of 7 of you.
Hey, great. Wake, any update on Nedra? Have you found anything? Any clues?
At this point, I would have walked through that door that the Mr. Slaps was guarding to the other side of the spikes and headed up to this doorway, like at the ass end of the ship.
This door you see on the opposite end of the spike wall that was closed in. This wall is made of a sturdier wood. Like everything else around you looks like it's rotted. This one looks like it was actually reforged and actually looks like a proper cabin door. However, this time it also has metal runes etched around the side of it. And there are more of those little Tesla coils that kind of like spike up in the center at the top.
I think I found something. What happens if I like start putting my hand towards the doorknob? Like, does anything start lighting up?
Roll me a investigation check.
I'll start heading that way.
Ditto.
At this point, you guys can all just go there,
Yeah,
so
okay.
everyone's there.
That's an 8.
An 8. For all you know, that there's a small little hook in the center, kind of like how like there's a gargoyle latch that you can pull the door open. You see nothing absolutely wrong with it. You by that roll, you can't contest if there's anything wrong. It just looks strange, and this is completely out of place from everything else you've seen in here. Like, this is actually a well put together room. And the door, like I said, like based on where you are, the door should be facing up at the base. It's actually upside down and facing as if you were supposed to stand this way.
I mean, that makes sense. The ship's upside down.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like the base,
fix the room.
the base of the door should be up in the ceiling. It's on the floor, so where you're standing, it's upside down.
Huh. I'm gonna try the handle.
All right, you grab the handle. Give me a athletics check.
That is a 19.
Something pulled back. Like, it contested your strength, and you felt like the latch was pulling against you.
And it won?
It matched, so it went
bastard.
nowhere.
I've been holding on to this for a while. Well, let's see how this works. I hold up the skeleton key made by Lancey way back in chapter 1. I haven't forgot about it. And I tap it to the door wherever, like,
Well, you tap it against the door. It makes a neat little clinking noise.
There's a ting.
Is there like a keyhole or anything I might be able to shove this in?
The only visible hole you can see is what little of the upper lip of the gargoyle's mouth that is adorned that you can see inside.
Say, I try shoving it in there.
Ah.
Thank you. And turn.
It bites on the key.
It's a magic item, so I'm guessing it's not like breaking.
No, it's not breaking,
Okay.
but you try to like jiggle your hand to like move the key, but the actual gargoyle was a gargoyle. It snapped down and actually bit on the key.
All right, now open. Open now.
You guys all just show up now. You're watching as Wake is trying to force feed a key into what looks like a little statue or ornament in the middle of a door.
Open up.
The last one of those we met was friendly. Hey, can you talk?
He's giving us no indication
Nope.
of speech. I'm going to investigate the door. I'm going to see if there are any like obvious hinges or anything that I can start
Roll an
trying to
investigation.
work.
And by this point, you all see that, like, again, it's an odd door. It's supposed, like, based on the alignment of this room, it should be at the base in the ceiling. It's actually on the floor, so technically you're on the ceiling, and the door is made to fit that way.
16.
16. Much better roll. That one will get you to see that the runes are actually slowly humming and lighting up the moment like someone like waves their hand towards it. So the rune light on each side of the frame is going with the hand. So Wake's hand went from like to the middle, and then when he's like, he holds his hand up to see, like, oh, wait, the key's kind of, like, missing. The rune etching also hums and lights up.
So the runes are, like, basically tracing our movements. Like, as we're going, it's lighting up along with us. Okay. Any luck with that gargoyle chewing on your key?
I'm just turning it. Tick, 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 tick. Not really. Try to open the door. Chug, chug, chug.
If you try to open the door again, roll an athletics check.
All right. Ooh, much better. 24.
24? Okay, well, you start to get the door slightly open, but
Hey,
then
it's working.
But then
Yeah.
you feel a small, like, you feel a small shock, and then you instinctively let go. You watched as the runes actually let out a small little, like, arc of, a little beaming arc that shoot at his wrist for 5 points of damage.
Oh, no.
And that was only you lightly opening the door. You instinctively just went, oh no, fuck that.
Well, okay.
Fine.
Yanking on that knob seems to send a jolt to whoever's touching it.
And the gargoyle spits out the key.
Not really useful, are we, Lancey?
So this
Shove it back
is
in
it
my
a
pocket.
is it a knob? Like is it a
No,
round?
I felt like you hear Lancey talk back to you. I'm sorry. No, I felt a keyhole. It just the thing was preventing me from fiddling your finger.
Oh, so if I shove it deeper, it'll work?
Or something. It's just the gargoyle was stopping the key from rotating.
Do we need to hold this gargoyle's mouth open?
I want to punch the gargoyle.
Hey, you know what? It's your student. You will take the most direct path.
Yes, I will. That is a 23 to hit.
You punch the gargoyle square in the face.
Shabuya! Wow, dealing max damage 11. That's magical too for the purposes of magic
Yeah.
resistance.
You punch him square in the face. He kind of like arches his head back. And then you guys watch as the runes next to him completely light up. Even you could see the light out of the arch of your eye.
All right, think we're getting somewhere.
You certainly are, with another 10 points of lightning damage.
So that's the way we're gonna play it, huh?
Now this handle that he's been using, is it like a round knob or is it a handle?
It's a round circular piece of metal that you could grab and pull.
Okay.
It's just that the gargoyle is apparently latching down on it, but Lancey has told you that there is a keyhole inside the gargoyle's mouth. It's just that the gargoyle is preventing you from putting it in.
Wonder how hot we can make that knob before the gargoyle feels like it needs to get off.
Did I deal any damage to the gargoyle's
You did.
face?
You
Like,
dealt damage.
Like, I meant like specifically to the jaw, mouth area.
Break anything so the key might fit now?
You punched enough of the side of his snout that you can now see the etchings of a keyhole.
Ah. Looks like a couple more will do it.
Hold on, Wake. There might be a less dangerous way to do this. I'm gonna look at the runes and see if there's anything like affixing them to the door that might be
That would be arcane.
arcane. Oh, not great there, but I'll try. With a not so great roll. 8.
8. You're looking at these runes. They're all the same rune. It's just that they make chicken scratch out. You can barely understand what's going on here. However, I'm going to go ahead and roll for red and for rock real quick.
Hey, people who might have a little bit more skill in the magic art.
Oh, yeah, Red's just rolled a nat 20, so
Hey.
she's getting this instantly. She looks at the runes. She doesn't touch the runes, but she kind of traces her hand to kind of look at it. She looks at her book. She whips out the journal, which Might and Rock kind of just go and peer over, which she just goes, no, ducks her shoulder to the side, flips it through. Only the living cold of the lamprey can pass through.
We've got a fish man. He's kind of close to a lamprey, I guess.
But the living cold might also indicate undead.
Why don't we go grab that little goblin boy that's
Hey, yeah.
still unlive?
That's quite fair, yes. We do have him under stasis. He's quite asleep. I will fetch him for you post haste.
Thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you, mate.
Mike comes back 5 minutes later, with a wooden coffin. There he is.
It's a lot sturdier than I remember.
He's inside the coffin. So.
That makes sense.
Sure enough, you see an undead goblin boy kind of just like sitting upside with his fist crossed across his shoulder, across his chest. He's asleep.
All right. Let's just,
So long as the boy has received no damage, he will not wake from his slumber, yes.
Well, let's see here. All we gotta do is convince him to open that door.
It'd probably be easier to maybe just manipulate his hand and see if we can do that. Because I feel like he won't do what we ask him to do. He didn't seem to be too fond of us, and we didn't find that master vampire to set him free.
Fair enough.
Well, Red kind of like looks over. I do have Mage Hand.
That's just what I was going to suggest, Red.
Yep, I do have Mage Hand, but the problem is that I'm not too certain I can puppeteer a child's hand who's asleep to grab a door and pull it open.
This is a long shot, but it's worth a try. Hey, Mr. Gargoyle, this boy needs to get in there. Will you open up, please?
Diplomacy check.
That would be a modified 20.
Oh, why didn't you think so?
Wow! That
Eloy,
worked.
you're a genius.
Thank you, Mr. Gargoyle.
You're welcome. No one's ever asked politely before. Everyone in the room just looks to Eloy with the biggest sullen grimace. Natural one.
Always bring the donkey man perspective.
All right, so we're just gonna make sure he gets in there okay. Before he changes his mind, throw an arm around this sleepy vampire, come on, buddy.
Which is great because he's only 3 feet tall, so you have this dude shouldered around your shouldered around your neck, just like, here we go, let's get in there.
Just trying to Weekend at Bernie's him.
Hold on.
We need to come too.
Hold on. He allows you passage.
Wake's going to walk in, just keeping eye contact with the gargoyle. All right. As long as I'm in.
No, he lets you in. Everyone goes in. Again, roll the nat 1 on diplomacy.
He was very convinced.
So what do we see in this?
All right, as you walk inside the room, this room is large, takes up the whole entire back end. This could easily be comparable to the mess hall that you have in your ship, but just placed in a different location. This looks like it used to be a cargo hold from the way the ship is designed on the inside. However, it's been retrofitted with a lot more tech. There's actual, there's more of those Tesla coils all around. There are operating tables off to the side. There's shelves with various body parts. And looking at the front of you, you are now seeing that there's a hunched over person in a dark gray lab coat, and he's wearing a hood behind you. As you're looking at Nedra, who is encased in ice, standing near a couple of crucifixes that are lined up against the wall, kind of like from the previous room.
Nedra encased in ice. This guy's in front of her.
Yep, he's in front of her. He doesn't see you. He's not aimed at you. But before you speak, he does hear the door open. Let me go ahead and see. You hear him. You hear this raspy voice come from this man. It almost sounds like there's something covering his face. And he also gives in a little bit of a respiratory breath. I trust you also got the journal with your meal.
Sorry, what?
I'll say it again. I'm sorry. just to be clear, but I wanted to get that effect out just so at least we know what we're dealing with here. I trust you also got the journal with your meal.
Yes. It's right here.
That's a rather deep voice for a small child who is blood-starved as the creature turns around. It, once again, is a hunched-over humanoid. He is wearing a albatross-looking respiratory plague doctor's mask, but where the breathing apparatus is wriggling live lampreys.
I'm going to try and intimidate this man.
Intimidate this.
How do you choose to intimidate him?
I basically just kind of motion to the group that's with us, which is, all of us plus Might, Rock, Red. It'd probably be a good idea to step away from our comrade.
Well.
Shit. Not a great roll on that one. 8.
Your voice might have cracked.
Hey! You should probably step away. Step away from our friend.
The creature just turns. It turns around. It's holding a staff and it's like ringed hand. It looks like a pale-skinned humanoid-looking hand. It's got long claws that reach over a scepter on top of a staff that looks like a lamprey.
Noticing a theme.
He's not answering you so much as he's surveying everyone who's in the room right now.
Are these children you're doing?
Partly, yes.
That's all I needed to know.
It's going to be unfortunate that Master Matei will no longer have his playthings, but I do have to thank you. You did clean up something that I felt might have needed a little bit of erasing from our little sect of ours, but seeing as how you have... Oh my goodness, you have the ashtrays with you. Well, you must have done your job amicably.
He's done monologuing?
Yep.
All right. Wake dive kicks the motherfucker. Dynamic fucking entry. Does a modified 20 hit?
It sure does.
All right. Dynamic entry.
Explain your attack.
You said there was a table between him and us, right?
There's a couple off to the side. Where he's standing, there really isn't. So, right next to him looks like a small, open, like, little area. You're looking underneath him, there's like a little pentagram on the floor. It's etched into the floor, and there's a little bit of incense and candles. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Agent Dr. Freud.
Yeah, sorry about that. So
This guy's even worse than I thought. Anyway.
he's got brazzers kind of like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah. I did that on purpose.
All right.
Good save.
He has a...
Brazzers, now think how much we'd chill if you paid us.
No. There's a bunch of candles laced around the pentagram. They're all kind of lit, like they look like they've been like here for quite some time. There's a couple of small coffins off to the back end of him where the coffins are, so the smaller ones, you think that's where the kids were sleeping?
Okay, so what I'd do is essentially I'd run kind of perpendicular to the pentagram the instant he takes his eyes off me during that monologue, leap up, jump up to one of the tables, kind of like springboard off and kick him from the other side, basically.
Alrighty.
Just dive kick his face.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you do hit him. That's not being contested here.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
However, your entire weight of your attacks passes right through him. Everyone else watches as the vision of him that was standing before you kind of like waves and returns back to normal, almost similar to how Confrontation appeared to you.
Is he dead? Ideal.
I've been dead for 500 years, my good lad.
I deal 6 damage to the floor.
Yeah, you Superman punched the floor.
I kicked the floor. I kicked the shit out of it.
So what... If you've been dead, then I'm guessing that we are just seeing either some sort of remnant of you, your ghost, your spirit, your vampiric hologram. What do we got here?
If you wish to think of it that way, why tell you all my secrets? I mean...
Because you're dead. What do you care?
Because you have your 2 jolly little friends that like to intervene, and... Oh my. I think we have someone from the Volition with us. Red shrinks at that.
What's that?
Oh. So none of you know of this. Oh, this will be delicious for her to tell, especially when the execution comes around for when the information was leaked out. Well, dear, I've set you to your doom. This is quite excellent indeed. So I hope these friends of yours were indeed your friends, because
I cast silence on him. He's about to say something Red doesn't want out. I cast silence on him.
All right.
All right, so then he just keeps going.
Yeah, he's just
pantomiming
gesticulating
maniacally.
wildly.
You cast silence, and he remains quiet. Wake, you're in that zone of silence as well. You can't hear anything.
I'm sorry, Red. Was he about to say something you shouldn't?
That's already been done, Eloy, but thank you nonetheless.
Wake's just slapping his own ear.
Like he seemed like snapping.
See,
He starts kind of like punching the hologram.
yeah,
What'd you do to me?
you watch as like the hologram just like stops, like you don't hear the voice anymore. He's like tracing his like long nailed fingers across the orb that's on top of his staff. Turns and looks to Wake.
Waves ominously.
Fades away.
Piss off, Ghost.
Well, I think
I let the silence drop just in time for everybody to hear. Piss off, Ghost!
I walk over to Nedra and start trying to heat the block of ice that she's in.
You do so.
This is gonna take a bit.
No, it doesn't. Right on top of you.
Hi, Nedra.
She's not moving.
I do a medical check of 21. Gonna see if she's A, been bitten, and B, dying.
She's not dead. You see breath in her chest. Like you see
Okay.
like her chest rise and shrink. Though, like yeah, you obviously think that being encased in ice, this would be a bit of a problem. But now you like holding heat over her. Red's also doing the same and helping you out. So she's like ready to like get all of her heat returned to her. There's a like you just look at her skin. She is way colder than she should be. Like even with all the heat you guys are applying to her body. Her skin, like, you could just wave your hand over her entire, like, her bare skin, and it feels like an aura of cold is just radiating off her.
I don't want to be too presumptuous and jump to conclusions, but do any of us have any of those remove curse scrolls on us?
I have 2 left. Is she infected?
Oh, no, sir. Let me take a look. Like, Rock and might stand right next to her. They start pulling out materials like some here comes like a holy water, here comes that sun bug as well, the sun stag that was mentioned before. They put the sun stag next to her, and you feel the heat or the radiance coming from the bug. It's actually doing its job. The wherever the radiance is coming from is being applied to her body, but now it's actually starting to burn like a cigarette burn on flesh. Which they move it away. Oh, yes, that's right, Tiefling. We don't want that to happen.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be a false positive for that test.
Well, Nedra, like, wakes up at that. She's like, ow!
Nedra, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, my. Wow, it's really cold.
Yeah, a bad guy put you in a big block of ice. Luckily, we were here to get you out.
That's really nice. She, like, spitfires rapid sneeze like she has a common cold.
No, come on. We'll get you back to the Yeld and we'll get Grammy to make you some soup.
Oh, boy, that sounds great. She, like, you've never seen her act this way before. Like, she just went, she went from, like, full of life to just drop dead sick. Like, this is, like, the first day, like, when you get back from a con, the con flu kicks in super hard.
It won't fit her, but Wake takes off, like, the top part of his robe and, like, kind of just wraps it around her, just kind of drapes it on her.
We're afraid we can't really do much else because we're afraid that if we were to apply any of our expertise, we might accidentally kill her.
That would
Also be bad. Also, Mike, while you're here, can you just kind of shine a little bit of that radiant light on me? Ever since I opened a box in here, I've been feeling sick as hell, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. He, like, looks you over. Yes.
Yes, good. Yes, bad. What are we,
Now, let me ask you. How bad, how well do you hold your acid reflux, sir?
gonna do a roll to figure out how I answer this.
Knowledge.
Got 14 on my roll. How is my acid reflux? Or rather, how do I know about it?
I don't know, because we're about to find out as he punches you in the gut.
The patented might healing punch.
For the 29 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's got me. I was like, 29 damage. Jesus. Okay, yeah. 29
It was
to
lay
hit.
on hands.
Okay. He laid it on pretty thick.
Yeah, he laid it on so good that you only felt his knuckles hit your stomach. No, you start to feel like you're about to throw up. Roll a con save.
There we go.
Or maybe let yourself.
My con save is pretty good, actually. 21.
You forcibly feel something actually in the pit of your stomach. And with what Might just did to punch you in the gut, you feel it wriggling, and you like somehow are able to make the inside of your body like exhale it. It's like, no, this has got to go. Nope, out you go. Nope, leave. The way you came. Go. Throw up a lamprey.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that's what it was. Oh, don't know how.
Next to the rock, like looks to his pseudo dragons, nods to them, and they both let out small little streams of fire as the lamprey lets out a squealing anguish and then just melts away.
Whew.
Almost in the same way that all the torpedo snails kind of like blow away when you apply heat to them.
Well, that explains a lot. Thank you so much, Mike. I think that might have done it. It's gonna need to.
This is the calling card of the lamprey. Well, the lamprey dogma, yes.
Starting to pick up on a theme around here.
Rock is like just now pondering all of this while Red's just trying to like stay in the back, just like, okay,
No one pay attention.
Yeah, no one pay attention to this. Rock is now, well, we have a name and we have we can at least quarter off this ship before my brothers show up, but we are no step closer to finding out about the assassination of the Khals.
Wake is going to start looking around this area to try to see if, like Con Victora, he can find some sort of scrying orb that he might have been projecting through.
Investigation check.
5.
Nah, you're too busy making sure Nedra's okay. Like, she's using you and Might right now as a way to keep herself standing up. You could like look at her face. This feeling of cold is completely alien. She's never felt this way before.
I'm going to investigate the room, just looking for clues and or treasure.
Go for it.
Hey, nat 20.
Hey.
All right, you could where Wake and Nedra and Might are standing. Right above them is in fact a scrying orb.
Oh, hey, up there. That explains it. Was wondering where he set that thing.
I'm going to do a quick hook kick just to get it down.
No problem. I'll roll up.
Do a quick acrobatics.
I'm gonna roll up something else to see if you get any treasure out of this as well.
18 just to kick it to knock it down to the ground.
Yep, with style, you just like with the tip of your toes, just like kick the thing out of its proportion and grab it while it's on the way down.
I don't know what to do from here.
More than likely, he's probably cut off communication, says Rock.
Well, maybe there's some way we can trace it.
If you wouldn't mind, we would like to take that.
Eloy doesn't say
Absolutely.
anything, but he looks to Red to see how she reacts to that.
Red is just like she's. You can't see her hands because she's like underneath like her jacket and everything, but like she's like gripping onto that book super hard right now.
Okay, if she's not objecting, Eloy doesn't object.
Yeah. Wait, one of Wake's heroes asked for it.
Go
Wake's heroes
ahead.
gets it.
It's well, he actually like no. I'm gonna roll an insight on you real quick.
On me? Okay.
Yeah, for Rock. Oh yeah. Do you hide your emotions or do you still be fanboy?
I'm trying to be cool.
All right, roll a deception with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Your fanboyism is too strong.
Well, that is going to be a 2.
I'm helping. Like, you look at the befuddlement on Rock's face. He's just like, this is normally the shit that would happen to his brothers and not so much him, so he kind of, like, doesn't know how to react to this. He's never had, like, fans like his brother because he's so new to this. So it's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Am I making you uncomfortable by being around?
No, it's great.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to the stardom and the glamour that comes with being an ash drake like my brothers are. To see it before me is perplexing, but it's comforting to know that at least we're trying to do something good for the people.
Yeah, that's great. I want to help all the people too. Like that's just smiles, smiles his sharp, jagged teeth.
I want to help all the people.
I want to help all the people.
Here's my fanfic.
And this
Could you read it for me and then like read it out loud so that I can hear your parts?
Do the voice. What voice? The voice that your brother
that
does.
one?
Here, you be your brother, I'll be your other brother, and Mike can be Mike.
In this story, Mike and your brother accidentally have a chance romance.
I say, dear sir, I do find this to be in very bad taste. I wish to be the vampire. All right, so let me, again, I was just rolling for that treasure.
Yeah,
Let me
no
take a
worries.
look at this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, you don't really find so much in the way of gold, but a lot of this tech seems pretty valuable. The only problem is that if you were to be caught with it from the Navy, it would be contraband. So you can take a bunch of the utensils around here. There's a lot of really good medical supplies, a lot of stuff that you could give to someone on your ship for various purposes. So you have like arcane infused like crafting tools. So you could take those if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I will scoop up stuff. I'll go ahead and say, like, motive-wise, Ezra, not too worried about being caught with contraband tech. He has some ideas in mind on how to hide it.
All right,
We
I need
actually
you-
have smuggling barrels.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've got those barrels with false bottoms, and that's
Yep.
exactly what I was thinking.
Alrighty, so with that, here's a couple of things that aren't really like tied to the wall or anything or like nailed down. You have four necrotic medical kits. You have 2 artificial hearts. There are a lot of medical braces for like jaws.
Okay.
And with that, you also find a cleaver that it looks very gnarly. I will say that. It's a very gnarly looking cleaver. It's about probably the size of Nedra's forearm, so it acts like a greatsword.
Okay.
However, there's also a hidden latch on the other end of it that turns it into a double cleaver, so it's a handed trap blade that acts like a sword. Finding someone who could use it properly, that might be a little bit of a problem. However, if you do manage to find a way to put it together in a certain way, you can make a trap out of this.
Okay. Fetch a pretty penny.
And along with that, you find... Unfortunately, you find a lot more body parts in a lot of chests.
Ugh. Well, we can leave those.
Yep.
That serves no immediate purpose for me, except for I look over to Wake. Weren't you like getting some like? Were you picking up fingers or some shit?
Oh, just hands.
Hands. Well,
I mean, there's
found some body parts.
there's
in here.
skeleton hands all over the place, so you can just pick up those.
All right, I'll take. I don't know how many hands. Like I'm only grabbing left hands just to make sure I don't mix and match.
Roll medical checks.
All right.
This seems like a left hand with a thumb on the wrong side.
That is a 17.
One of these hands has a toe
Or
for
wait,
a
no,
finger.
I'm sorry. That is a 19.
19? Yeah, you find like 3 pairs of left hands that you could have.
3 left hands.
That one's for my old friend Mr. McGregor with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg.
Coming out pretty good. I got 5 hands this adventure.
Let's give him a hand.
All right, so you have a double-bladed greatsword trap. You have all those other supplies and everything else that you have in here that you could probably sell off. You're looking at probably, I don't know, like 1,500 worth of gold. If you were to grab everything and bring it back, that was like just loose.
And then sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in miscellaneous
Yeah.
stuffage.
Miscellaneous tech. I'll say it, mark it down as miscellaneous tech worth 500.
Okay.
1,500 gold.
So we would need to find a buyer that's cool with tech. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I have it written down as such.
All right.
Tech,
Well,
1,500 G.
with that, Might pretty much just like says, I say, well, should we usher ourselves outside, get some fresh air? Yes.
Should we burn this ship down?
I'm still very much in favor of this course of action.
Well, after all this is said and done, Rock kind of like looks over to Eloy, who still has the kid Gibby, who's like still attached to him like a puppet. Like, sir, can you please put him back?
Oh yeah. I sort of forgot Bernie here was here. Yeah, here you go. I drag him back over to his coffin and put him back inside.
I guess this means he's stuck this way for a while.
At least until we find the head vampire. That's rightfully why we're here in the first place. That man that you saw, let me go ahead and get that name again real quick so I don't fuck this up. That was Gustav Mergen. He's one of the head researchers of the Bottled Lightning Project. Knowing that you're part of the Volition, he looks over to Red. I can tell that you all have some semblance of knowing what that is.
I just stay quiet.
Eloy shrugs.
Roll deception.
I'm not deceiving.
No, Grant.
17.
He beats you out by 1.
Oh no!
It's quite all right. My brothers have told me why they have never joined the Volition in the first place. It was a lot of rules and a lot of secrets, stuff that I personally don't feel is quite right. I feel it's great to be transparent with all walks of life when it comes to our job.
Oh, I can do that. I cast invisible on myself.
Right back.
He's a bit of a comedian.
Oh, I've been told that there is a trio that the Navy has been a comedy trio that the Navy has had their eyes set on for quite some time. By chance, from looking outside at your ship, you're all walking outside now at this point.
All right.
You're the Lockwood Wonders, aren't you?
That would be us, sir. I'm rather impressed that you've heard of us.
I'm a comedian.
Well, Miss Avelo of
You're the straight man.
Oh.
Miss Avelo of the Navy spoke quite highly of at least you, Mr. Lockwood.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, we helped Avelo and some Navy folk take down a terrifying necromancy man. It was pretty scary.
Yes, his crimes were that of the onrush, and for that we are very grateful that you decided to help out in such a manner.
And a big part of that help was Red here, so I hope you can understand my desire for discretion if this whole Volition thing is, a bad thing to have hanging on our head.
Well, then why don't we make it easier right from the get-go? Let us not speak of it. He looks to Red, and Red looks over to Rock just like, shit, this kid's okay. This kid's on the up and up. She's like, I knew there was a reason I liked you and not your brothers.
Well, yeah, I am fine not speaking of it if you are.
As you guys get outside, you look off to the side. Next to your ship is a gunboat with a bunch of really, really fancy-looking cannons all draped to the side. Again, it's a red and gold ship with the emblem of the Ashtrakes on top of it. Then Rock looks over to Might and goes, well, do you believe the Tide Part has any way to assist these people with repairing their ship? Well, I say, we do have a few spare parts we can muster. If you need extra hands, I'm certain your crew is very capable.
Oh yeah, really. Our primary need is just safe, clean lumber. Getting that over to the ship and.
Eloy, roll a perception check real quick as you look off in the distance at the ship.
All right. That would be a 14.
You see 3 figures running off with crates from one ship to the other, heading back to yours. Two of them look very familiar. One's in a red do-rag. The other one is a short little one with a mohawk, and the other one is a bird you just met.
Fast friends. Aw. Since, yeah, I don't think I choose to share that information at this time.
Wake walks up to Mite and just kind of like tugs on the side of his shirt. Mr. Mite.
Oh, please, don't do that.
Sorry.
It's very hard. It's very hard to press this. With
I'm sorry.
Girth.
Could I get your autograph? He holds up a parchment and a quill.
Oh, bully, yes. He like writes it down. What's your name, son?
Wake Scalebound.
Yes. To our beloved fan, Wake Scalebound, stay pure as the driven ash of flame.
Thank you, Mr. Rock.
My name is Mike, sir.
No, I'm holding it to Rock now.
Oh. Rock is just like, oh, well, very well, thank you.
No, thank you.
This is the first time the kid ever had to like deal with a fan. He doesn't have them.
Doesn't get
Does now.
He doesn't know how to feel about that, but he's just like, okay, well, I guess this is what my brothers do with no problem whatsoever. Here you are.
Thank you.
Which is good because you're watching as Polify, Gulfer, and Pliskin go back to the ship while this is happening and grab another crate out from their ship.
At this point, I try and step a little behind Rock and Mite and try and catch Ezra's eye, and like
Roll sleight of hand.
I'm trying to just like motion to see if I can draw his attention to it.
Intelligence check.
18.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. 21.
Yeah, you catch Eloy trying to like nudge his head. I need to roll for Mite and Rock to see if they catch you. Rock is too busy writing down on the parchment, and Mite is too busy trying to just be professional about all of this.
Yeah, I kind of catch you and see you motioning towards them.
Roll a perception check.
Okay, another perception check. Ooh, all right, yeah, this will probably catch it. 23.
Guys, have I ever told you how much I love playing a character who can just pass the buck on decisions like this?
Okay, I see them.
They're on crate 3 now from what you just watched.
I do a very cartoony, just like I'm so sorry. I have to run and check something real quick on our ship. You fine folks, please make yourselves comfortable. We would appreciate any help you can offer. Real quick, though, I just need to check up on something on my crew. And I bolt out of there as fast as I can.
You don't need to roll for it. They run. However, I am going to roll their insight versus your persuasion.
All right. 15 for my persuasion.
I can't fucking believe it. They missed by 1.
Hey! Anyways, you guys have fun. Bye.
I suppose he is going off to tell his crew about our little trade-off, yes. You get back to...
My crew gets really antsy around other ships. They don't know who to trust, so I'll be right back.
He's also got a real nervous bladder.
Wake, don't tell them that.
You run back to the ship. There's everyone with like a bunch of crates. Hey, you should put that back.
That's just how I enter the ship.
You get back on board. There's Onslow just like smoking a pipe and like holding up what looks like a grape shot. A really ornate grape shot that looks like a dragon.
Please don't do that. I don't know why I'm whispering. For some reason, I think these cool vampire hunters can probably hear me from here. But they were on our side. They were nice. They were cool. We have a real shaky thing going on with them right now. If they have a reason to hate us, it'd get real bad real fast. Please, we should try and put this stuff back. They are offering to help us.
Onslow throws the grape shot at your chest. Athletics check.
Shit, athletics? Damn it. I was hoping it would be a more dex check. If that's the case, then it's 3.
He rolled a nat 1.
So something went wrong.
It goes over your head.
He tried to
and hits
throw it, caught
Grammy. Grammy is now on the floor with a grape shot on top of her.
So is a grape shot like a blunderbuss?
No,
or?
a grape shot is a cannonball that is bladed and hooked, used to break sails.
Shit.
Hey, it's cool. We got potions for that. We just need to move this stuff back to where we found it.
What do you do? Because she's getting up off the floor with the grape shot blade in her back. As she slowly turns to look at the both of you. Onslow is pointing at you.
All right,
In that exchange.
Pointing at me?
No, he's pointing at Grant.
Okay.
With a 24 in persuasion, I go, now, Grammy, I know you're mad. I know that probably hurts like hell. We've got some crazy wildlife out in that woods for you to make some amazing lunch. We killed this fucking squid thing. It's insane. I bet it has a family.
Pulled it in.
We found this ship that has a lot of weird stuff on it. Yes, there are some torpedo snails. You'll have to be wary about those. But there's like a fucking manipede. If you don't know what that is, you just need to go and see it.
As you're talking, she just like reaches back. You hear bones cracking, like her arm is breaking as she's trying to reach back.
Also, I know
grabs the grape shot and pulls it out this whole time. There's a bone that looks like a spine bone on it, the grape shot as well.
I'm sure we can fix that.
Drops it in front of you. Clean it up.
You got it, Grammy. Come on, guys, let's please just do this for me.
Onslow just grabs it and fucking runs inside. Where do you think you're going?
Well, I have to...
Shut up! Now, get me some metal.
Some metal?
Yes.
Well, all right. I'm sure we'll be able to get some of that. It's just...
Fast!
Grammy, we need to make sure that these crates get back to the ship they came from. Then, I will get you your metal.
I see. If that's your decision, then you don't eat today. On the floor.
Well, all right.
As blood starts to congeal around her.
Ah, that's not good. Guys, I'm sure she can figure out her thing. We need to get this stuff back. She is some otherworldly being. I trust her.
Grammy will remember this.
And in comes Polify, Pliskin, and Gulfer with a crate. Oh, hey, Captain.
No! Damn it! I need you. Fine crewmates. I am sure your hearts were in the right place. But we need to put
yeah, like Polify looks at you. Yeah, they had so many of them. They won't miss a few.
That's the thing. They might. And speaking of might, he's a real big guy. And I wouldn't want him to be mad at us.
Everyone looks around, just like, what are you talking about? It's like Polify looks up to the flag.
Did you not see the emblem?
Roll a history check. She doesn't know any. She looks at you.
That's fair. I didn't know who they were when we first met either. However, I've since learned that the Ashtrakes are apparently these well-renowned vampire hunters, which happens to be exactly what we're dealing with right now.
Oh, that's okay, Cap. We ain't vampires.
Yeah, but we just helped them out. Turns out Red might be in some organization they're not friends with or some shit. But because of our shaky alliance today, they have decided to not hold it against her. For now. But if you do anything that puts us on the other end of that line, things can get real bad real fast. Please help me put these crates back.
Meanwhile, Grammy's just fucking bleeding out on the ground.
Yeah, Pliskin looks down at her. Is she supposed to be doing that?
That was a persuasion of 25, by the way, that speech I gave.
Polify rolled a nat 1.
Hell yeah, she'll help me.
Okay. She's so sad right now. She just gives like a sad squawk as she like just starts going the opposite direction.
I place a
this was my idea, I guess.
I place a healing potion by Grammy. Drink up.
Her hair, like osmosis, goes over it and breaks it in.
Yep, nope. Nothing surprises me with you anymore, Grammy. It's fine.
I'm so happy we're out of combat for this shit.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the beach. Oh no, vampires. It's the daytime vampires.
Daywalker.
All right, let's try and quickly move this stuff back. Any hands available, sure, and then we can greet our guests.
All right, well, you best hurry because you can see off in the distance that the Ashtrakes, Wake, and Eloy are heading back in your general direction.
And Nedra.
Yeah, and Nedra.
Okay.
So you gotta hide this stuff or get it back. Getting it back might take too long.
Yes.
I mean, Polify's like halfway down the mast right now. Not down the mast. She's halfway down the ladder to get off the ship.
And we have 3 more crates just sitting in front of you.
No, they put 2 below deck.
Okay.
They were carrying the one from up on the ship, which Polify is now taking back.
Okay.
You know what? They know we have a checkered past. Better to ask forgiveness than than anything else. Let's just start.
I mean, they haven't seen Polify yet.
Let's just start moving this stuff back, and if they catch us in the act, I'll try to explain it. They know me.
Well, right now, Golfer's just like, this is a dumb idea. I mean, we got like 4 of them down below.
Great. Then we just keep moving them.
Pliskin and Polify are the ones who are taking this thing back. They are now down below. What are you gonna do?
All right, you guys just make sure every crate that belongs to them gets back on their boat. I'll see what I can do. I head outside. Hey, everybody! Real quick, so some of the crew is indecent, and we're going to need a few minutes before we can get on the ship. It turns out, I say with a deception of 23.
Rock with a nat 1 believes you.
Okay.
Might, on the other hand.
Can I get advantage because I know his bullshit?
No.
Oh, okay. My insight is modified 20. I think you beat me.
Yeah, 23.
Might does not beat you either. He's too busy making sure Nedra can stand up.
So therefore, it's like, oh, but I promised them some of Grammy's amazing food.
Well, she might be a little bit. When I popped in, there had apparently been a small
Hey,
accident
Captain,
on the
she's
ship.
starting to bleed green.
Grammy?
There had been a small accident on the ship. Eloy, if you would like to help Grammy, I would really appreciate it.
Well, we also need to get Nedra on board.
Yes, she can come too. It's just more, it's such a mess. They just think it would be really awkward if we had guests over right now.
I'm gonna roll a still for Polify and Pliskin right now.
Go for it. And I'm just thinking, you know what? It's such a nice, lovely day outside. We've spent most of the time inside that dank, gross ship.
You see them. They actually are strategically hidden within the shade of the ship to get to the other side.
And I just
And
feel like
Polify has some really fucking bizarre and strange agility. Like she's going, she has this thing hoisted. She has a hard time holding it up, but the way she's walking, Pliskin's having a hard time keeping up with her.
But you know, I just was thinking that it's so nice outside. Maybe we could have like, maybe Grammy could throw together like a picnic, and that's how we get to know each other.
I can't feel below my waist.
Eloy, it would be so good if you went and helped Grammy.
Yeah, Eloy does go
Just
and help
a
Grammy
thought.
at this point.
I'm gonna go get Nedra back to her quarters.
That is a great idea, Wake.
All right, let's.
And see if you can lend a hand to anyone who asks while on the ship. Just
Well,
if
you
it
are
happens.
there's Rockin. Rockin might just look to you. Well, you are the captain. Should we at least bring you on board so we can at least show you what we have to offer?
Yeah, that's a great idea. They might have a lot of great things to. Why are you biting your lip?
That seems like such a good idea that I can't think of a reason to not go. So sure, let's
The episode where Grant gets an aneurysm.
go.
Tell me what it looks like, Wake says as he walks back past with Nedra.
I'll keep close notes.
There is a cannonball in the shape like that has a dragon emblem sitting on the deck, right next to Grammy's corpse, while it has 2 bladed hook ends on the back of it, and there's Eloy and Grammy just sitting there looking at each other.
Grammy, you need a potion? How you doing?
Wake just looks at it. Must have been
Metal.
him.
I need metal shavings.
Oh, here. I toss like 3 pounds of brass on the ground.
As she rakes her hand back in, you watch as the wood is curling along with her as a trail.
I mean, I got that
She
mostly
gra-
for the Eldon, but
Her hand turns 180 with bones cracking. She reaches back and shoves the metal into the hole in her spine.
That.
You hear gurgling noises and metal crunching.
Okay, well, that was a very fun experience. Let's never do that again.
Not to.
You will never have grape shots on this ship. Do you hear me?
Did you accidentally get shot by this?
Yes.
Wow. It's a hell of a misfire.
I know. We might have gator on the menu tonight.
Oh, could it be soup? Nedra needs something warm.
Get her below. I'll take care of her later.
All right, thank you. Come on, Nedra, let's go.
Is Grammy also our medic?
Yes.
Oh.
Is
The end risk.
is grape shot that really hard, crunchy cereal? Eloy just asks to the air.
You can go down below and help out as well. So,
Oh, hey, we got a few more boxes than usual.
yeah, as you two go down, there's more boxes. There's Gopher like holding up the grape shot that actually shot Grammy, and there's Onslow just hiding in the corner, like, oh god, she's walking by. I don't think I've ever visually thought that I would be seeing a fat gator man, 8 feet tall, trying to hide in the corner, like Solid Snake style, as Grammy's walking past. Keep your eyes But here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to find Risk to see if he can help with Nedra a bit.
All right, you don't see him anywhere on the ship.
Huh.
Might be in his quarters.
I go knock on his door. Risk? You there, buddy?
Enter.
That's a great sign. I open the door.
Risk is sitting on his bed, like Indian style, just like in a pose of meditative state, kind of like lurching his head up. He opens his eye. It's glowing in umbra darkness as it looks over to you.
So Nedra's got a cold. You okay?
Oh no, that's terrible.
It really is. What was that? I've meditated. I don't think my eyes have ever done that.
Oh, I was just speaking to Vecker again.
Oh, how's he doing?
Oh, he hates me.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know,
You're
right?
such a nice guy.
I know, the god of death is usually a nice person.
I figured he'd at least be neutral.
But no, I was speaking to him before. He says that his horsemen might come upon us.
Oh, that's like what does that mean? Like are they strong? Are they like?
Well, I would assume that means that his acolyte is approaching us.
Oh, great. Well, we know an acolyte, so guess meeting another one is.
That might be a good thing. I mean, from what I've read scriptures of, he actually is the horseman of the ocean.
Well,
He rides a nightmare on the surface of the water.
That's really cool. I kind of want to see that, and if he is coming towards us, I guess we will. But
He says this might be a matter of the volition, but I don't know what that means.
I heard that word like 3 times today.
But you said Nedra was in need of assistance. He like grabs his medical bag.
Yeah, she got
Like, and of
encased.
course, being a kobold, cutely like grabs it.
Yeah, she got encased in ice. Here, Nedra, let's go sit down. I kind of help her over to a chair.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna roll a couple of medical checks to see if Risk figures out what's going on here.
Yeah, she got kidnapped.
With a nat
when we were-
20, he certainly fucking
Yeah.
does.
I let him know the situation. She got kidnapped mid-mission, and we found her encased in ice.
Well, I don't know what kind of frost she was encased in, but I think we found her Achilles heel.
Ice?
Yes, her blood has congealed into small crystal-like shards. When I drew blood from her, he like shows it to you. Her blood samples look like small little mounds of crystal.
Wow. Well, this is all the more important that we teach you how to use your key, Nedra. I'll be able to keep you a bit warmer.
I would suggest we don't have her do anything strenuous for a couple of days. I really need to make sure that this isn't permanent.
Nah, that's fine.
I still am able to draw blood, but it's only close to the heart where it's pumping. I don't know how demon physiology works. I'm not well versed in that, but he puts like a candle next to the vial, it's slowly but surely returning to blood, but it's a really slow burn process.
All right. Well, Nedra, you got to lay off the physical activity for the next few days, so I'm going to give you a different assignment.
Okay, what's that?
All right. Don't worry about it right now. You just rest up today. I'll give it to you later.
Okay.
She hits the bed like a sack of potatoes.
So you're going to want like a different room or something, right? I just look at Riss.
Well, I can meditate elsewhere. I
That's-
mean, I was having a rather insightful conversation with this. Let me see if I remember his name. I'm not even sure if it's real. It sounds goofy.
Yeah, I'm bad with names too.
He wants to refer to himself as Joe Massacre.
Yeah, that is goofy.
But his power is very real. I know, like, that depiction that was given to me by Vecker, that's very real.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes open for Joe Massacre. And just let us know if he gets close and
I'm certain we'll all be able to know if he's close by.
I bet Joe Massacre's pretty easy to see from a mile away.
Joe Massacre will remember this.
He was listening the whole time.
If he's an acolyte of a god, I would not be surprised.
Well, I guess I should return. I mean, I can watch over Nedra this whole time while I'm meditating. So as long as we keep her well heated, everything should be fine. So if you don't mind, could you please shut the door on your way out while I return to my meditation?
All right. Sounds legit.
As you shut the door, that's the sound that you hear.
Huh. I'm sure this will be fine.
All right,
Just chuckles off to himself. Joe Massacre.
All right, with that, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk to, everyone from the let me just get this. From the Tide part, which is the gunship, comes back with a bunch more wood materials and other spare parts that might be needed.
Okay, just to make sure, when boxes were being transferred back to their ship, there was no run-ins there.
At least not the one.
So I want you to just make sure of something this for me. So what are you going to do to discuss with Might and Rock as they take you down below into the galley to get you metal from the weapon storehouse?
So you guys kind of just stumbled upon this place around the same time we did. What led you here? Like we were kind of following this trail of torpedo snails that kept showing up on our ship.
We found some as well. There are a couple of ships that were constantly being under attack by these things, and there was always the telltale signs of a fog that looked like it was laced with blood from the inside out. We followed the trail, and we ended up here, but then we saw your ship and thought, we didn't attack, we came to parley with that golfer fellow of yours.
Oh yeah, what did he have to say?
He complimented on our ship and then told us that the captain and others were going to investigate, and to investigate the Rumblood ship.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad he told you, and you met up with us because your help was invaluable.
Roll perception check.
Thank you. That's what I was going to ask. Modified 20.
There's a realistic seagull bird head all the way in the back corner looking at you from the side.
But the thing is, my crew can sometimes be pranksters. I'm just hoping that in your absence, nothing happened. Golfer in particular tends to have a strange sense of humor.
I say no, he seemed like quite a gentleman as the head's lowering down.
Well, that's good. I'm glad he didn't say or do anything untoward. It would tarnish my honor, and I would hate to have to be explaining myself after we've had such a good chance meeting. A good chance meeting, I say.
Rolled a 9 on their stealth.
Sorry, ever since that lamprey thing, I sometimes have to clear my throat in inopportune times.
I say, do you need any more medical assistance that we could provide you? I know our talents might have hurt your infernal friend, but quite certain that we have things that could be attuned to a half-elf of your nature.
Well, I mean,
Seagull head.
I mean, I've been feeling a little fine, but you know, you can never be too safe. Woo! A 28 in deception. Holy cow. Because yeah, with my new bonus, I get +9 on deception.
They rolled a nat 20 on you.
Oh.
You can never be too careful.
I say, sir, you don't have to be boastful about it. I can tell that something is amiss with you. It says it clear as day on your face.
You know, as a captain of a strong and robust crew, I try to keep a strong face on, but I can't put anything past you, mate.
I'm sorry, is our questioning making you uncomfortable? I realize we just came out of a really bad ordeal as the pseudo-dragons are snipping at his face like, stop it.
Sorry, it's just been, it's been a long day, and I've never been super comfortable in, how big is this room?
This room's probably like 40 feet apart, like really long. You're at the front end.
Can't say tight spaces.
Yep. Might is actually grabbing a box of grape shots and like taking it with him as they're going away.
Oh, hey, those are fun contraptions. What are those? I've never seen such a thing.
He lifts it up and you see Pliskin and Polfy looking at you.
I've never seen such a thing. What are those?
Oh, these?
Yeah.
He puts the barrel back down.
Yeah. What do you use those for?
Oh, well, I figured we could give you at least a little bit of some weaponry as thank you for helping us in this little venture. We noticed that your ship seems a little ill-equipped with regular stock cannons.
Yeah, we just kind of got the standard cannonball fare. What are these doohickeys?
Well, these
Just
are...
trying to take all the time to be like, look at this device. What does it do?
All right. While Might and Rock are explaining the grape shot, they're actually radiant as well. So if you fire it at someone, so say you're under attack by a necrotic or undead ship, you actually could deal damage to the vessel.
Thinks to himself about, is that why it hurt Grammy so bad? Anyway.
There's constant bumping and shifting as they're trying to get to a window.
So you say that these things can like rip up sails and...
Yep, so they keep constantly wanting to look over to the side like, what the damn is that sound?
And I just keep being... So this thing makes like, it's like better than regular cannonballs?
One more persuasion.
That's not good. Persuasion, you said?
Yep,
All right, that's 12.
they beat you out.
Okay.
They look off to the distance. Might is now moving into the back.
So these are, you said you were going to let us have some of these because our cannons aren't good enough? Is that what you were?
Well, just as he's moving back and talking at the same time. Well, just as a precaution. Yes, if you're going to be in this as well, I'm afraid you might be a target. So we figured it might be a little bit more as a safety precaution to give you at least something to defend yourself against undead.
Oh wow, that's awful generous of you. I don't know how we could possibly repay you. Thank you so much.
Might lifts his hand up and reaches behind a crate.
I'm just trying to stay stone-faced and calm while talking to Rock.
With a nat 20, he grabs a mouse.
Ah, a little stowaway, it seems.
Yes, I rather hate stowaways, especially filthy ones like this. Crushes it in his hand.
Yes, it sure would be a shame if there was anyone else stowing away on this ship.
Now, let us get you at least some more wood, some more lumber, and perhaps some more metal shavings to at least assist your ship, yes? He pulls it out. You watch as Polfy and Pliskin dive out of the window.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Like, we could use all the help we can get as far as repairing our ship.
I rolled a nat 20 on Pliskin's save to get out of that. That was stupid. All right, with that, they bring all the supplies with you back on there, enough to get your ship repaired, and they hand over 2 crates of the grape shots.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, Wake's just been in front of the Yeldon, just kind of feeding it the brass symbols. Here you go. Home.
Might and Rock are now just standing there.
I look over the side. Home. Just throw one. This is Yeldon.
That makes so much sense. I felt there was something off with your ship.
Off, if anything, Yeldon's always on. He's quite the entertainer, isn't that right? He has an amazing singing voice.
So that's what your dwarf was speaking of. Aye, that's right. You found one of my ancestors made into one of these things. From one of those damn squid creatures you're trying to find.
Yes, we have a checkered colored history with strange mimicry creatures. Huh. Sorry, it's just been a long day, guys.
Yeah, I fed the Yeldon the remaining 37 pounds of brass I had.
Well, fear not, Captain Ezra. You're speaking to one who's very well versed in the supernatural. I'm not as frightened by situations like this. If anything, I find it very commendable in that you are able to command such a vessel of fine and strange individuals, including creatures such as this, and especially that. I don't know what that. What is that thing that keeps skulking around your ship? I can feel its presence, and I feel like it wants. Every time I try to investigate it, it peers into my soul and wishes to rend it out.
Oh, you're probably talking about Grammy. She's fine. I mean, she's a little intimidating, yes, but she's ultimately pretty harmless.
She's lurched over the corner, like the top of the ship, looking down at you.
I hold up the grape shots. I go, anyway, I'm sure everything's fine, and she won't do anything.
She's down.
She's actually our chef and part-time medic.
Yeah, our normal medic got cursed by death.
What?
Speaking of, have you talked to him today?
Yeah, crazy. He seems to say somebody named Joe Massacre is coming.
Red, White, and Rock both just go deadpan face when you say that.
That's a dumb name.
Hey, I called myself the ghost spooker. I can't talk.
Yeah, but that's cool, because you've actually scared ghosts to death.
Maybe he's massacred people.
What is it? Yeah, but what is a Joe?
What have you?
Does he massacre coffee?
What have you done to summon the Harvester of the Sea?
Well...
It would probably be easier to show you than try to explain. Come along.
He actually doesn't want to be disturbed right now. He's still talking to Vecker, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I guess we can explain.
He speaks to the god of death?
Oh, yeah.
He
Apparently
might have-
they're on a real close basis ever since he turned down being its acolyte.
And you're saying he's still alive?
Oh, yeah. We're good at keeping people alive around here.
Yeah. He's got kind of like a...
May we speak with this wrist?
I mean, sure, you can go knock. He's tending to Nedra right now.
Like, they look to you. You're the captain. Do you give them permission to come aboard?
Yes. Permission granted to come aboard. Everything does seem to be in ship shape, and everything's back in order. Sorry about the brief recess we had to take there. It was just my crew had gotten a little casual while there was no one around. They like to get messy when the captain's not on board. Anyway, everything should be back in order now.
I'm also gonna try to feed Yeldon that one grape shot that we had on board that Grammy doesn't seem to like.
So where'd you get that? We only just brought the boxes in like a few moments ago.
It seems one of our crew got hit with one. I don't know how. It must have been like a misfire or something.
Both of them look to you. Look over to Grant.
With my deception roll of 11, I go, well, gosh, that sounds terrible. I wonder how that happened.
I don't know. Everybody seemed real upset about it, though.
You are fucking skirting away with these rolls by one. It's amazing. Rather strange. The crew must have felt the presence of your chef. Had figured it was a threat. I apologize.
You know, they wouldn't be the first. Apology accepted.
I mean, she was the one that got hit, so they got great aim.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
She'll have to point out which one it was that shot him, so I can bring down some spot of ultraviolence on them. Yes.
No, that seems highly
Please see that you
unnecessary.
do. Grammy is a very important member of our crew.
You know, we've just had such a long day. I feel like, and maybe this is just my good-hearted nature here talking, but I think we should just let bygones be bygones. We can all get this sorted out some other time. It's fine.
If you feel there's no need for reconciliation for such an egregious act.
Hey, if I'm being honest, if I had a cannon on me the second I saw Grammy for the first time, I would not have hesitated.
This is why we're not married yet!
Oh, you.
That's why these two are my favorite!
Her and I don't get along very well because I agree she's a little.
I wave at Grammy. Hi. I try to feed Yeldon the grape shot if he wants it.
He eats it.
Basically have a little bit of a good cop, bad cop, scary, water maiden cop thing going on.
Mite looks to her. That's putting it mildly.
Her food's great, though.
So they go up on deck. I guess all three of you are gonna be a part of this as well. You pretty much tour around. You see Polify and Pliskin off to the side, just like.
Polify's a bit of a recent addition. She was actually caught up in the fog when we got here.
Oh, or by the way, she like hands a pamphlet over to Rock and to Mite. Like, please come visit us over at Needle Cliffs. It'd be great if you could come by. We're the Needle Cliff appraisers. We could, whatever items you find, we'll make sure we figure out what it is too sweet for you. We can even sell it for you at a great price. She's trying to, like, usher them to keep going, because right behind her is the other boxes.
And yes, and we also have Pliskin here. He's a man of a few words, but of great talent, let me tell you.
I got you, Captain. I got you covered. Keep going.
Thanks. And if you just follow me down this way, we can also head towards... Well, you'll see it when we get there. We should just keep going.
And there's Onslow still in the corner. Is she gone, son?
Onslow and Grammy are kind of playing this weird game of tag. I don't really get it, but the crew seems to have fun with it, so
It's more like a murder, son. It's more like a murder.
They really get into it.
Help.
Onslow, you know there's nowhere to hide. She's everywhere.
We'll take a break here real quick.
All right. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table. So, we're going to check on Risf and Nedra.
They knock on the door, politely, as Mike does with his barely one knuckle.
Hey, Risf, buddy. Some of our new friends here wanted to come and see you. That means come in.
Does it?
I think so.
Well, you've spent more time with him, if I'm being honest, so I'll defer to your judgment, Wake.
I just opened the door.
There is a spectral version of Risp trying to escape out from his chest up.
Hey, buddy, I thought we got over this. Like, I'm talking to the spectral version.
Oh, Wake, I'm sorry. Like, the ghost version of him goes back inside.
Yeah, look, we got over that whole thing, right? Like, with the soul trying to leave the body.
Oh, that's me just trying out my new prayer.
Ah, okay. I see you coming.
That's neat. So you can, like, just do that?
Well, I've never actually experienced speaking with Vecker in such a intimate way before.
Also, before we go any further, Risp, this is Mite and Rock Ashdrake. They are,
They both seem completely unfazed by what they just saw.
Okay.
They like Mite and Rock just like come over and just like give off like their hand or their finger in Mite's case to shake.
They're guests on our ship this afternoon, and they all are also, their ship is stationed right next to ours, and they helped us on our island and helped us rescue Edra.
Oh, well, thank you very much for your assistance. I know Gopher spoke that your ship was nearby. We were just uncertain if... I wasn't told much. I kind of went into my meditative state to see if I could commune with Vecker again. Yes, and we've heard, and Mite looks to him, yes, we've heard you've also spoken to his acolyte. Yes, the horseman, Joe Massacre.
Wait, Chuck, like, just scoffs under his breath.
Or at least the name he wishes to give himself. Understandable. And you say that this is a new experience for you? Oh, yes, Risp is once again like looking over himself. Yes, I used to be all tan-scaled before this happened. And now I feel as though I can actually, like, push forth my spirit out of my body at will. It's slowly becoming more natural.
It's definitely what it was looking like when we first walked in. I thought you were being kidnapped again.
Rolling history for the Astrakes. Rock is a smart kid.
Hey.
Yes, that would make sense. Those who are akin to the spirit god normally can project their spirit out of their body or even make their flesh that of the immaterial realm.
That would be helpful.
Well, that would explain why I'm able to touch souls with my other hand.
Oh, that's right. We don't shake hands with the dark skin like hand.
Well, I feel as though I'm able to control it a lot better.
Oh, that's good. I hold out my hand very, like, somewhat confidently, but also clearly nervous. How confident are we?
Grabs your hand. Nothing happens.
Well, hey, nice. That's excellent. I'm
We
happy,
got it under control. Look at you.
happy to see you made so much progress.
It is. It's a wonder what communing with one's own children could do. And this just means I'm only but one step closer to becoming of my ultimate goal.
Yes, it's such a noble goal you have.
What is the... Might looks to him. What's his goal?
Go ahead, Risp, tell him.
He's gonna be a god.
Or Wake, you can tell him too.
Just like shakes his head in agreement with that. Now both Rock and Might are very worried at that statement. And for what purpose do you wish to become a god, Mr. Riss? Oh, when I was back home in my realm, I thought that dragons were gods, but then I found out that the gods could be so much more. And then I thought, if they could be so much more, then surely I could obtain this power myself. But what would you do with it, Mr. Riss? I haven't thought of that.
I mean, you gotta figure out what you're gonna be the god of, right?
Well, that is true, but I've always thought this, again, would be a foolish dream, but just one that would keep me going, considering I can't go home anymore.
I think that's going to be the kind of the fun part of your journey. Is it's sort of an adventure of self-discovery and seeing not only, you know, if you can become a god, but what kind of god you would be should you be able to.
No, I'll unpack that. You mentioned you're not able to go home. What happened?
The rift was destroyed, and I don't know, and unfortunately, while I do remember what my home looks like, I don't remember which realm it is a part of.
Well, I guess when you become a god, you'll be able to.
Of course, then, I mean, if I was to become, oh no, that would stray me off the path. If I was to become something more than the gods, or at least obtain Vecker's power for my own and become fully ethereal, there probably would be a way I could find a way back home. But
Maybe you could be the god of wandering peoples, or
Yeah,
like the
god of travelers.
Yeah.
there already is one of that, though.
Let's just get rid of that one or something. I don't
Well-
know. What's he doing?
Rocken might look to you. Did you just suggest killing a god?
I don't know. Like, is he doing anything right now? It's just, is that a thing? Is that a thing?
It is the pure manifest, like, Rock...
No. I was like pointing. Is that a thing?
I thought you were looking at the camera
No.
for a second. I'm sorry. Rock and Might will roll some knowledge history on that. Oh yeah, Rock is completely just like, no, that means you're destroying the physical manifestation of a concept.
All right, probably shouldn't do that then. Good note.
If we were to kill Ludarius, the sun would blot away.
ooh,
That
that's
would be bad.
probably pretty bad. I used that.
They hold an entire aspect of something, whatever concept may it be. Like Selima is that of summer and Brooklina is that of winter. If you took that away, the balance of our world's entire seasonal shift would be out of balance.
Oh, well,
Okay,
see,
so-
there you go, Risk. Maybe you will come up with a new concept that is yet to have a physical manifestation, and that's what you'll be the god of.
I'm just confused. What happens if, like, the god of traveling is to disappear one day? Like, all of a sudden, can we just, like, not move?
No more
Like, is it
roads.
just
That would
not-
be Udoth.
Oh,
Udoth creates Earth. We walk upon the Earth.
Oh, Udoth. All right. Well, we kind of have a basically a game of telephone going with that guy, so we can make sure he's fine.
You
Yeah.
speak with Udoth.
I kinda.
Sorta.
I mean, we talked to his acolyte.
How many do you know?
Just the two, I think, right now.
Well, actually, it's kind of just the one, because this Joe Massacre
Oh, yeah.
is, apparently he's just looking for us. I don't know.
Yeah, we know we are on good speaking terms with the one, and this Joe Massacre seems to be looking for us. And well, let's just say he sounds like a dangerous guy, but we've also got Risk, who's on talking terms with his god. So I guess what do we have to fear?
I told him to shove it.
See? So anyway, if we're talking like about this Joe Massacre guy, I'm thinking about rebranding. How about Wake Murder Death Explosion? Like we just go with that?
I mean, you're already scoffing at Joe Massacre. I feel like you're inviting the same treatment to yourself if you're just gonna start throwing.
Remember,
those titles
he is the. I don't know if he is literal because they could be given the power or they could be the literal children of a god. You're kind of laughing at death in the face.
Yeah, see, so we probably don't want to do that.
Laughing at death, bros! High five to Risk.
He just goes, okay.
Yeah!
Which hand?
The death hand.
Yeah?
All right, cool.
You slap his hand. Psst. It's not nice to make fun of people, kid.
Onslaught.
Nope, that was only in his head.
And you are?
None of us said anything, Wake.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Nothing answers you back.
Hold on a second.
You get the.
I touched the death hand. Hello, I think.
Nothing. I will say this though, you did get a depiction of what looked like a man on top of horse. A man on top of a horse. The horse had blue flames like over its face, and it looked like it was more skeletal. The man was in a leather jacket and a very big tricorn hat. And over his face is, it doesn't look like it looks like there's cloth over his face like a mask, and then over that is the face, the skull of a dragon.
All right, so we're dealing with like primordial Ghost Rider, kind of.
You could put it that way,
Okay.
yes. Because that's the only visage you got out of that, and then like it just disappeared.
Maybe the name fits. Just kind of mutter under my breath. Well, maybe it works.
Rides into town on a horse with no face.
Yeah, everyone just like looks, so you don't like Risk looks at you. I didn't tear your soul, did I?
No. Like, did you see that too?
See what?
Just gonna go ahead and call him Joe.
You saw Joe?
I think so.
Oh.
Does Joe ride a blue horse? Like a blue fire horse?
A nightmare?
Yeah, that one.
That is him.
All right, cool. Yeah, he's got a dragon skull on his head. It's kind of neat. I don't know. Couldn't really get a good scale for him.
I saw his
seem-
face.
Oh,
Nice.
is it also skull?
No, he looked just like a normal human.
Huh.
Well, we all wear different hats whenever we're going to different parties. Maybe just prepare different.
Well, I mean, I suppose if anything, he should be grateful to you, Risk. You could have taken his job and you didn't.
Yeah, it's next to you. He's still employed. He's probably coming here to thank you.
Unless gods have more than one acolyte. I don't really know the
That
rules.
would, unless Rock looks to you, that would be a complete shift in power balance. If that were the case, there'd be wars.
Oh, well, see? Everything's great.
Risk looks at him and is like, I didn't know that. I could have started an entire war with the living and the dead.
Yeah, and you didn't.
This sounds like a win all around as far as I can see. And somehow the god of death is really pissed off about this.
So, wow, just think about that for a second. You're Joe Massacre. First off, that's a bummer.
Sorry.
Then, on top of that, it just becomes a thing where your job is offered to another guy, and the guy says no so rudely that your boss says, hey, the guy I wanted you to replace you with, go kill him. That seems, just man, what a tough lot in life Joe's got. Anyway.
Maybe we should bring that up with him when he shows up.
Yeah.
Risk just like shakes his head. No. That's a terrible idea. He would literally kill us all.
I mean, if it comes up, it comes up. I'm just saying, like, it's not our fault that his dad boss wanted you instead of him.
I wouldn't want to bring that up. That would give him more of a reason to kill me.
Why?
Or
You
more
should
of
be
a
mad
reason
at-
to spare you because you didn't take the job.
Yeah, you saved him trouble. Also, if he killed you, wouldn't that just put you face to face with his dad again?
Maybe that's
That'd
what
be
his dad
real
wants.
awkward.
Maybe his dad's looking for a second chance.
Maybe
Might be
it's in
trying to
his
catch him on
best.
the rebound.
Maybe it's in his best interest if you live forever.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of variables that we just don't know about.
Reddit,
Look over at
Rock and Might just like looks to him, just like immortality's kind of a really big offense to the gods. That's kind of you completely spitting in their face and trying to get out of their cycle.
Even the god of life?
Yes.
Figured he'd be the most, biggest proponent. Like, hey, this guy really likes what I do.
No, that's actually an affront.
Oh.
Life must have death, and death must have life. If there's
guess
something,
it does throw
if,
it
there,
out of
if there's
bounds.
something that throws a wrench into that entire wheel, then that's a big just middle finger to both of them.
Well, hey, if the gods are bound to life and death cycles, then Risk, maybe that's your way in. Maybe you just figure out which god is like the oldest and most sickly, and
Are
just
you saying I
wait
need to die?
Well, no, I'm saying, maybe when a god's finally, at their
at their
end,
natural end,
and then
by
you're
no
just
hand
like,
of
hey,
yours.
look, there's a slot, I'll just fill that in.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's enjoying the fucking lore dump of gods and shit. I hope you are.
This is
As
La Serrata's Religion 101 class. We're all just like, wait a minute. How does God work?
Yeah, we're
In
talking about-
mysterious ways, you say?
we're talking about gods literally here.
Yep.
There ain't no philosophy in this world.
Well, out of all of this, though, Joe seemed like he was on speaking terms with me when I was in my meditation.
See, it's probably because he knows that you didn't take the job.
Yeah, maybe he's coming for, he's the...
But he speaks he speaks in a broken language. I can't understand him. There's only a few times that I actually can get some comment out of him, but beyond that, he constantly speaks in this voice that just hurts my head.
Seemed to speak English at me.
Maybe, just something with the mental link with a fish man is closer to a human than a kobold. I don't know.
That seems strange. Funny enough, I've never heard of a kobold as an acolyte for anything.
See, you're already making history books.
Have fishmen ever been acolytes of anything?
Kelpie, yes.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess. I kind of just look at the symbols on my staff. Yeah.
Well, beyond that, Might and Rock are pretty okay with what's going on. They actually are pretty impressed with how this is going, and
You seem to have stumbled into something kind of amazing and haven't ruined it yet, so I guess we can't be mad.
we don't feel. While a lot of what you have spoken of is rather frightening, but also very interesting.
Welcome to our lives.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that might as well be our motto at this point.
You seem to have a halfway decent head on your shoulders, and while the idea that you wish to be a god, for what reason we don't know, you don't seem to be benevolent in it, or rather angry about it, or show any signs that you kind of want to destroy the world.
I sincerely doubt he'll be a malicious god, if that's what you're implying.
Well, a mortal seeking godhood normally never has a happy ending. Liches are an example of that.
Yeah, but they take the easy way out, right? I read in the books, they're the guys that.
History. You've read in the books. Keyword history check.
Well, no, I meant their books specifically.
Yeah.
My fairy tales.
Well, history anyway.
Yeah. 16.
16? All right, speak your words.
Yeah, they're the guys that take their souls out and put it in stuff, and it's oh, look, I'm immortal, and then crack, they're dead.
Yes, it is.
Your brother's got that one. Mike, you were there.
Wizards who take their souls and place them into an object so they can live forever in the pursuit of continuing their research. That kind of is our job, to destroy them.
I wonder
They
how,
fed the soul to a dragon. I whispered to Ezra.
I wonder how Granderfault's doing.
Well, in any case, we actually wouldn't mind, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Riss, and we wouldn't mind you if you would like to chime in on this, Captain. We'd like to periodically converse with Riss if he has any other meetings with acolytes or gods. As far as I'm being told right now, this Risf is the closest link to those of the Elder Gods than any other creature I've ever seen in La Serranas in a long time.
Well, here's how I think we can go about with that. Might, you and Rock and Might, you both seem like stand-up gents. I've actually quite enjoyed our time. However, I've heard mixed stories about your family, so I don't know if I want you spreading all of this information around.
Wake just looks distraught. What? How?
Look, I've been to many corners of the ocean and talked to a wide variety of people. And while a majority of the stories of the ash drakes are positive, there have been a couple negative ones saying that they're more gold and fame chasers than actual heroes.
How dare you?
The only people I've met have proven otherwise, but I still haven't met the whole clan, so I can't know for sure. But I trust you two, and that's what matters.
Persuasion.
Not the best, but not awful. 21.
Rock doesn't know what you're talking about. He just feels like, oh, I'm doing a bad job. He doesn't say that out loud, but that like you get that expression just like, oh, I've done something wrong. Like he feels like there's remorse in his face.
That's like I
However,
keep trying to reiterate that. Like I trust you. You
Yeah.
seem solid and on the up and up, and Might seems to trust in your word. So therefore, by
Might
extension
kind of
trust
like,
him.
Might leans down over you,
Okay.
adjusts his monocle. Yes, sir, I tend to agree with some of what you're saying.
As I said,
I
all
am-
I've heard is the gossip on the waves. I don't know for sure.
I could understand that sentiment, sir. I will say that. Sorry, one more quick thing here. I haven't read these names in so long. I'm like, I don't want to fuck this up. Yep. Okay. If you ask me, Master Fritz and Master Gabriel are quite ego boosted. Yes.
Right, and I haven't met them, but you two seem to be very trustworthy, and that's why I think I will allow you to commune with Risf whenever he has these encounters, but I would appreciate if you kind of kept this, hush hush and on a need to know basis.
Well, if you'll allow us to be on board, I don't see a problem with that. But as I've said before, we try to be as transparent as well. At least, I believe I try to be as transparent as I possibly can when it comes to my job or what my family strives for. I'm rather disturbed and heartbroken to hear that the people feel that our cause and what we stand for is on the wrong side of the situation.
Well, like I said, I have traveled a lot and just heard from many different accounts on your family. My experience firsthand has been very pleasant, but again, it's only been with you, who is admittedly fairly new to this. So I don't know if this is, how the whole clan acts, and I just want to keep me and my crew safe.
Well, I suppose we should at least be a little bit more open with you on one other matter. I do see that some people would find us hypocritical in some regard. We do employ a vampire in our cause.
What?
See, you've gone and broke Wake, your biggest fan's heart.
What's his name? Wake's just like writing stuff down.
Or
We'd rather you not, actually.
Okay. Hands behind his back.
Yes, there.
Perception. Is he still writing? Damn it, I got a 7. I doubt I'd see it if he was.
No, you wouldn't see.
All right. Here we go. Yes, we do have a vampire, a part of our team as well, because she's looking to find her son who was taken from the onrush.
Wow.
Yes, her son, our friend, our client, Josephine Helmlich.
Helmlich. Josephine Helmlich.
You wouldn't hear that name. Her and her coven are very, very quiet and very low to the ground. It's unfortunate, but this whole onrush scenario has put a bad taste with all the other vampire covens that exist on the mainland. They are the most loud and the most active, which, of course, then makes all others on the mainland fear vampires in general.
So you say you employ this vampire. Does that mean that they're good vampires out there?
That is a very difficult term to say. Most people would find that what we do, say, as per our encounter with the Goblin Boy, the fact that we were in a tight corner to either decide to kill or to hold on to him to see if we could find the head vampire that has taken him into such an existence. Normally, the safer route is to just kill, and when looked out from a bird's eye view on that perspective, a lot of people would see us as evil. It's a very gray area that we must tread, and while Josephine is something that we tend to try to destroy as quickly as possible, her plight is something that hit my brother so hard that he felt that it would be wise to have her assist, even though he bites his teeth at every waking second.
Huh.
There's a lot of gray areas in this world, Mr. Lockwood. And unfortunately, we tread that razor's edge so much that even we find it a little bit hard to decide which side we should be on.
Well, seeing with stuff like that, I hope you can understand why I am willing to allow you to glean any information you may, but anything you find, I would appreciate if it is kept between you, Risp, and us.
I mean, we have our scrying org, Captain.
Yeah.
We can communicate as need be, as long as we're within range.
We unfortunately do not carry one of those on board our ship.
I hold out the one we just found.
We cannot take it.
Oh.
We can take it as research, but we have very close ties to the Navy that if they saw us obtaining or holding any scientific evidence, they might suspect us as turncoats.
These are magic, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Oh my God, Larry, what are you doing? You're so close to the calls.
Legitimate, huh?
The calls don't mind technology. They're outside the Navy.
Oh, there's like a Navy port, like right down the road.
Right, but the Navy, as part of their agreement, since they're Azamar, the Navy has no right to negate their laws when it comes to technology.
Oh, man. Outside of their jurisdiction, but right in their backyard? That's rough.
Man, legitimate Larry, he's legit.
Too legit to quit.
But don't worry, we have taken a note of your colors, and we know of this ship. We are certain, and while I should report to my brother about what your colors are, so in case they find you, that you could be under their protection, I will also try my best to make sure that they don't encroach upon your ship without permission.
Thank you very much. I would greatly appreciate that, Mr. Ash Drake.
Tell them I say hi. They don't know me, but I hope they do someday.
I will say this, though. If you do happen to come across a pale woman in a blue garb, that is Josephine. Do not fire upon her.
Understood. You are free to. Basically, if you see us in the sea, you are always welcome here. So.
Us as well.
I just kind of give a courteous bow as like a
Yep.
Hey, captain to captain. I get it. We're cool.
Yep, they will give you a small emblem of the Ashtrakes as a means that you have encountered them and you have some kind of alliance with them.
Wake's just staring at it. Just mouth agape.
Do you have?
Want to hold it?
Yes.
Do you have something of the same emblem to trade with me so we could show off that we are in some sort of alliance?
Be right back.
Wake is going to see if he can whittle something that looks like that tree with the swirl at the bottom.
All right, roll me a. That's a good. Okay, roll me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All right. Crafting sleight of hand.
You just fucking run into Eloy's room, grab a piece of wood.
Just grab something to whittle. 18.
Yep, you come back with a emblem of a wooden emblem of what looks like your ship.
Ah!
Wow.
Yeah, what looks like the symbol on our flag.
Yep, what looks like the symbol on your flag. They take it, they nod, and they return to their ship.
How'd you get that? I just found, like, We might need to replace one of the legs on one of Eloy's stools, but we're good.
That's okay. I never use them.
I just needed a sample of the stool.
Oh, a stool sample.
Yes. We'll be right back. No.
You set that up so nicely. It would have been a shame.
Yeah.
All right, so they're gonna go ahead and leave your ship. You guys have taken yourselves off the archipelago. You're back on the ocean.
Actually, Wake was going to do one more thing before they left.
What's that?
He wanted to grab that coffin with the child in it.
They took that.
Oh, they took it?
Yeah, the Ashrakes took that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're the ones kind of keeping it in stasis.
They now have an extra. They now have a vampire on board that they have to like hold on to under their jurisdiction until they find the head vampire.
Well, then Wake would offer to take it off their hands if they feel like it's a issue.
No. They look to you. No, we're keeping this. We're making sure that. Well, now that we have this kid in stasis, to undo it would be catastrophic. It would also be a huge breach in security for not only the crew, but for the Ashrakes.
No, okay. I just wanted to make the offer. I know it was my fault that he's here like that to begin with. I just wanted to...
We'll take him back to Gabriel, and while I'm not a fan of my brother's motives and actions, he'll get information out of this boy. This is the closest we have to a clue.
That makes me less comfortable, but Wake trusts Gabriel, so it's fine.
Roll me a history check.
7.
Let me see if I have this correctly. Yeah. All right, so you remember Gabriel as the more zealot and pious of the brothers. Gabriel is a very scary individual, balding with his family emblem tattooed on his head. His face is more thinned and angular than his brother Fritz, and the only facial hair he sports is one long-haired chin strap.
Gabe sounds like a fun guy.
this man, if he saw you, like, if you looked at this man at church, you would flinch and feel the wrath of God enter your soul.
Wake's brother Theron played as him when they were playing as kids. Wake played as Fritz.
Alrighty. Yeah, Fritz is the more arrogant and show-offy brother. Red-headed
this fits way
ponytail,
too well.
fine-cut sideburns with a goatee combo.
Fits way too well.
Yeah, adorned in ravishing, like, red gem jewelry. This dude is like Superman in comparison to his brother, who is the Batman. All right, so is there anything else you guys need to do before we continue on with our journey?
I just looked to Eloy. Did we want to burn down that ship before we left? We're
Oh.
just gonna leave that.
Oh, don't worry. You guys are looking at that. You actually watch as the Tide Part turns starboard. You watch as the grape shots go out, engulf in red flame, and set the entire Rumblood ship ablaze.
There we go. There was that one room we never checked, but I'm sure it's fine.
I could live my entire life and never see something so cool.
I sort of wanted to roast marshmallows on that, but I wouldn't want to hold up the whole crew.
Onslow's still in the corner.
It's okay, buddy. She went to sleep. She's not around anymore. No, just kidding. She's right there.
Onslow actually pushes a dent in the wood when you say that. There is now an Onslow-shaped hole in the side of the boarding.
I'm just chewing on some raw goblin squid meat. Want some? It's a little gummy. Well, it's all right.
Don't go to sleep tonight. As Grammy turns the corner.
Is that like a
To Onslow.
all of us?
No, to Onslow. Onslow just fucking books it for downstairs.
Wait, do you want night watch? No! Maybe he's not gonna sleep.
Polify. Well, now that just leaves Polify this whole time because she's still on the ship with you guys.
You eat fish, right?
Oh yeah, I'd love some. Down her throat.
Does the weird seagull
Does
style.
the yeah. Yep, she like just snatches it with her beak and swallows it like by jittering her head.
It's probably the biggest thing we've ever killed. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. So Polify, forgive me, I've had a long day. So remind me, you were caught up in our mast. We got you down. You're fine. Were you just hitching a ride because we were going to be passing by where you were headed? Is that?
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask, but with your friend here having what looked like a stroke every time the orc kept walking by, I didn't want to bring up that fact. Yeah, I kind of would like to at least bum a ride. I mean, I was stuck in the air stuck in the rigging for a couple of hours, and that fog turned me around so badly that I kind of don't know where I am.
We just need to head a bit south. Honestly, I'd like to get in touch with Legitimate Larry anyway, just if we can get within range of him. But we need to start heading back towards Ebercall as it is.
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what, as long as we get out to land, as long as we get out into the sea, I could probably have a better understanding of where we are. Unless you all have another way of figuring out where land is.
Yep.
We may have the means.
Also, I'm a pretty good navigator, if I do say so myself. I just look into the night sky, start looking at the stars, looking at my compass. What would I be? What would this be a roll for? Like navigation?
Oh, that would be survival.
Survival, huh? Good. Yes, I did spec for that. 17.
17. After going out into the ocean for a little bit, you guys left the archipelago. There is a large strip of landmass to the north of you.
That's the continent.
Yep, the continent's right there. Based on where you guys are currently, Silver Gleam is a couple of miles back the opposite direction, but going in front of you is the town of Wright, which is more to the mainland. However, if you go past Wright a little bit further, more is Ebercall. So you're going to have at least a week and a half to 2 weeks without barring any detours to get to Ebercall at this point.
Well, Captain, I guess that gives time for your talent show finally.
Oh, you're right. Polify, you wouldn't happen to be a talented girl, would you?
Boy, would I! I have the best singing voice.
Terrific!
I've been looking for a singer. I mean, Yeldon's real good, but we can only put on shows at the docks.
She opens her mouth wide.
Wake closes.
Let's hear it.
Wake closes his ear flaps.
With a nat 20, she belts out opera.
Huh.
That is amazing!
Classical. Very classy.
Was it really that bad? She looks over to Wake.
He's just steering. He can't hear shit.
He gets paranoid. The last couple people we've asked if they could sing really loud. Oh, also, as far as navigation, I might have a way to commune with the the acolyte of the god of land. So, we're pretty good on figuring out where land is.
Oh, geez. Well, that sounds great. Well, then, hopefully you don't mind. Would you mind if I at least stayed till Ebercall, or at least until we got to the Needle Cliffs?
Well, I don't see why not. Yeldon, do you have a means to make an extra space for our new friend?
We still have Calliope's old room.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 guest rooms.
Perfect. Then yes, of course, you can stay.
Excellent. You won't even know I was here.
The only thing I ask is, and this will be I don't know if it'll be a persuasion, but if you're going to be among the crew, you will have to do, your share of work when it comes time to clean and set stuff up and things like that. We do all try to take equal shares around here.
Oh, well, can't I just pay like it's an inn? I don't want to do work. I mean, my work is spreading out these flyers and making sure that people know about Needle Island. I kind of don't want to do anything else besides that.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm
taxed anybody for
She
money.
she shows you her knife, and she's just like, I mean, I do have a means to protect myself, and I'm a little fast on my feet. She almost unnaturally is in front of your face and then back away.
No.
Yeah, Eloy, you watch as she almost blinked out of existence right in front of him, and then blinked back.
Could Wake follow it?
Roll me a roll me an insight.
Insight, perception, same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 20.
You could follow her movement. She's just ridiculously fast. The way she's actually able to move
You're seeing that she's playing with Eloy and Ezra's perspective, and she's actually moving away out of their perception in such a way that it almost seems like she's blinking, but she's actually curving her body enough, almost like in a fluid motion, to get right in front of them.
So Wake would view this as a form of martial art, basically.
Yep.
Well, we've never really charged people for staying on board, but I guess we can try to figure out a fair rate for that. He's like just in his mind scheming like, how much could I get versus what would sound rude? Judging on the rates that normally, for taxiing services, I'm going to do a history check with a 10. Do I have a general idea of how much people normally charge for a trip
Nope.
like this?
Well, how much did we pay aboard the Volton? Like, that was how long of a trip was on the Volton?
That was like a 2-hour trip, though.
Yeah, it was a 2-hour trip.
That was a 2-hour trip from the mainland to the island.
So I guess at least this would give us like a bearings of what we paid when we boarded the Volton.
For that 2-hour trip, you paid like $35, 35 gold.
35, wow, 35 gold.
Wow. Okay.
It was the last ship of the night, remember?
Okay, so factoring all that in, and this will be like, what, a week, you said?
2 weeks.
2 weeks barring detour.
Oh, boy.
And I just want to veer a little south so that we can get reception with legitimate Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Heading towards Ibercall, you could still get it because they're neighboring kingdoms. It still would work.
Yeah.
How?
I also want to veer away from land.
I feel like I'm giving you quite the deal here, but how does 400 gold sound?
200, because you just stated that you had no idea that we had extra rooms.
Yes, but I also did some math.
Nope. Roll a insight versus her persuasion.
7.
Wouldn't it be persuade versus persuade in this case? I mean, I don't think that makes us roll much better, but...
Insight is the counterclaim.
Okay.
Insight is the counterclaim.
Yeah,
to
she
any-
is saying something to me, and I have to basically think my
okay.
way out of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with an 18, she has a point.
Well, you know what?
I'll tell you what. That song that you just sang was beautiful. Could you teach while we're sailing along? Could you teach more songs like that to Yeldon, and I'll pay the other half?
Persuasion.
10.
She rolled a 19.
So no.
So now you're
I
paying
mean, that's
her.
nice, but again, I kind of didn't want to do more work than I'm already doing. But I understand where you're coming from, considering that I am kind of just bumming a ride and handing out my flyers. It is a little unfair. 250. If you roll another insight, it's gonna be disadvantaged because you failed the last one.
Okay. Well, this was going to be persuasion.
Her versus her persuasion.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. If it's going to be insight,
Disadvantage with
disadvantage.
insight.
Okay. Well, all right. The nat 1 will take it on that disadvantage.
Natural wonders.
Which is terrible because she rolled a 3, which put her
Well,
up
it's
to
real
an 8.
terrible because that first roll I did was a 20, and I was like, oh, shit! So I was ready to run with it.
Flip that coin.
Yeah. You know that sounds absolutely fair. I'll take
Excellent!
the
She
250.
lets out a seagull, chuckle. All right, so with that,
I was going to counter with she has to be in the talent show, but with that nat 1, I'm just going to take it.
yep. So she lets out a chuckling laugh, knowing that it actually irks you a little bit. She's playing with you now. Excellent. I'll just go ahead and find a room, and thank you so much. And she hands you the 250.
Thank you. Have a nice stay here at the Eldon.
Oh, it'd be so great. I finally get to sleep somewhere that's not stuck in rigging. It'd be very nice.
Yeah, that's true. We can offer that.
She saunders on off and heads down below.
I unflap my ears.
Well, all right. I guess we just keep heading this way as we.
Well, where you guys want to go now? Like I said, to the south of you, at least like a week's journey will be to Silver Gleam. Where you currently are now, it would be a week to get to the port town of Wright, which is just a neutral trading port. It has no ties to the Navy or ties to the pirates.
Going forward, however, there is Eberkal, and that's going to take 2 weeks.
What I want to know is, of the alchemy equipment that we got, can we use it to refine hit?
That's you're going to have to talk to Gulfer about.
Yeah, that's a Gulfer thing. I believe I'm at the helm, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, with
There are, and remember, there are things like that are pretty much out in the open when it comes to your party members at this point.
Yeah.
Barring the fact that, like, before you move, like, you can, like, talk to your party and say, like, okay, this is what I want you to do. This is what's happening. However, Grammy will also tell you that you guys are low on rations and medical supplies.
How low?
Low that getting to Eberkal is the last stop that you could possibly make.
All right. I am pretty confident in my ability to forage for rations in the ocean, but medical equipment is the other hand. You said there's a stop between here and...
Yep, that would be towards the mainland, the trading town of Wright.
All right, we'll head to Wright. That sounds like a fair place.
That makes sense to me.
The only problem with going to Wright is that you will have, from your destination right now, you will either have to swim through an archipelago or swim around it, which will take more
sail.
time.
And on the other hand, the opposite direction would be Silvergleam.
Yes,
Is that a trading port, or is that
that is a naval port.
That is not somewhere we want to go when we're trying to learn how to refine drugs.
Yes.
Gotcha. So we will head towards the archipelago.
I mean, magic drugs. The Navy's about magic.
It's organic.
It came from the Earth, man.
No, actually, quite the opposite.
It came from the dragons,
Came
man.
from the special Earth.
It came from the Feywilds, man. Come on. You guys
Aren't you
should really
motherfuckers all
respect
about that?
Yeah. Just because we use technology to refine it.
That would be the only crowning factor in that. It's just like, we refined it.
Yeah. All right.
Like science.
Look, I'm just saying we can use this and sell it and, make a tidy profit off that. On the other hand, we can also weaponize it.
Right. And hey,
All of these its are spelled with Y's, by the way.
I am perfectly fine with us.
We can refine it.
refining and reworking hit. This also works out because I've got all that, some of the creepy tech stuff that we found in that ship that I need to also offload. So this neutral port seems like the right idea to me as well.
So we'll
the right
Yeah,
idea.
we'll spend the 1 week it takes to get to that area.
Excellent. And you're going to go through the archipelago then?
Wake will make that call when they start getting close to the archipelago.
You're at the very edge of the archipelago right
Okay.
now. Where you guys ended up on the map, you're at the very edge of the archipelago. So again, it's go through it or go around it. But going around it will take more time.
Wake is not a helmsman by nature. He is a navigator. So, do we have I'm guessing Pliskin is our seasoned helmsman.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll just navigate for him. He can make the turns and whatnots.
Yeah, so Pliskin will take the helm. He suggests that, hey, maybe getting away, sailing closer to the mainland might be a better idea, considering the fact that, we don't know what's gonna happen when we get closer out to the open ocean, and also the fact that we kind of got attacked and turned around by pirates. It may be better to stay in the archipelago where land is than just go out to sea and then end up somewhere you're not supposed to be.
Works for me. The fish tastes better that way, anyway. That area, anyway.
So he suggests going through the archipelago.
All right.
All right, I accept your suggestion and say that's the direction we take.
Yeah, so he and I'll just sit up there and talk about shark stuff.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, Wake will actually talk to Pliskin
All right.
since Nedra is taking time to get better. Also, the assignment he was going to offer her is basically he gives her some scrolls to read because he's been teaching her how to read, and her job is to read through the scrolls and then write what she thinks they mean. They're basically old parables from her master, from his
the
master. and shit.
hungriest caterpillar.
Yes.
The old book reports.
Yeah, she's just trying to get her to read and see what she can pick up from reading.
Master Wake, Scrung said that if I read enough of these, I could probably get a Corvette if I just sent in $45.99 a month. There's fucking Scrung with the catalogs. That is a totally true story. A guy I know got a Cadillac just by selling that.
Totally worked.
Like
Totally
just by
worked.
selling magazine subscriptions?
Just by selling magazine subscriptions. Complete
Jesus.
legit. Within 6 months, that dude had a Cadillac. Not with gas, but he still got one.
Every pyramid scheme
And then
has
he
to
had-
have someone on top.
Then he had to pay all the taxes on it, and then he lost the Cadillac.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that way.
That's
If only
how-
we had laws
That's
not in the
how
way.
prizes work, man. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just having Nedra basically do book reports.
Alrighty. So there's that. What do you guys want to do with your crew while you're waiting on this little adventure of yours to go forth?
I mean, you're obviously still doing your little scroll doodlies.
Yeah, I'm still.
So those healing word scrolls, really fucking nice.
Yeah, if this is a week's trip, then I'll crank out another 7 healing word scrolls, one a
Excellent.
day.
I'll take an additional 2 of those.
Is there anything else you want to do while that's happening? Because that's a simple thing you could do every day.
Yeah, I do also want to keep studying that mending and see if I can get a little better at that.
All right, one more time. Roll me an Arcana, a Sleight of Hand, and a Knowledge History.
All right, Arcana. I don't think I'm gonna bother rolling those other 2.
No, please do.
Okay, well that Arcana's a natural 1.
Natural wonders.
The Sleight of Hand's a 22, so that was real good.
Hey.
And the History's an 11.
Okay. Okay.
Just really forgot about magic there for a second.
At some point during like the next couple of days, you're still trying to figure out how to like snap this plate back together. You get upset at one point because you know you just made it worse, and like you flailing your hands around trying to get the incantation right, you actually punch something off the side of the wall. Until finally you just like get so mad that you just let out a donkey bray and kind of like kick the table a little bit. Enough so that you actually ball your fists together and slam it on the floor. And that slam actually that slam with enough force pushed the pieces back together, and you watch as your balled anger, the middle of the plate begins to turn into one. Congratulations, you have just learned mending.
Wow.
Yay!
Okay.
You have spent so much time working on this that even with a failure, with how much time and dedication you put into this, you actually have completed the ritual, and now you know mending as a cantrip.
Hooray!
Now if your flute breaks, you can fix it.
Yeah.
Grant, is there anything you want to do?
Yes, I'm going to meet up with Golfer, and we're going to talk about the properties of hit. And we begin the test with my alchemy jug. And I go, all right, can this produce hit without the use of it?
I'm sorry, but just that sentence was
Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
All right, so what do you ask the alchemy jug to do?
Do we have like a vial of hit around? I'm assuming since they've
If
been.
you still have yours.
You still have yours.
You're right. Okay, so yeah, I basically not sure how this will work, but I pour it into the alchemy jug and go, copy this. Go ahead and roll.
Severity.
That's never a good sound.
I believe.
That's pretty damn low.
So hey,
Which
not
is
that-
bad.
Not that severe.
No, that's pretty severe.
Very severe. Severely good. All
Remember,
right.
below 50 is severe.
That's right.
Yeah, your
Well,
jug so far has only ever produced normal things.
Asking the jug to reproduce this, you kind of confused it in a way.
All
It's
right.
not. It's like remake this is too vague.
okay.
So it starts secreting water.
Well, all right. Maybe water is some form of. Like a
Captain,
base
do you
for
mind
this.
if I give it a go?
Hey, by all means, go ahead.
All right, you dumb Voss. I need you to make me some fairy dragon secretion.
If it does this, I'll be impressed, because supposedly it only works once a day.
With a nat 20, the liquid starts turning yellow.
Oh?
That
And it
could
start-
mean any sort of
No,
Urine?
it's the same color as the stuff that's inside the vial.
Okay.
More like urine luck.
Ah!
Hey!
From what once was the same consistency of water now starts to turn goopy, almost like in the same vein as honey.
So fairy dragon secretion is the magic words.
That's what you're asking it to make.
Fair
However, it is only able to make about as much as a coffee cup's worth.
enough. Hey, that's a decent amount.
But it's pure, raw, and
and it's gonna get you
uncut.
who's gonna? So Gopher goes. All right, well, we got our stuff. Now who's gonna try it?
Who on board has had the most in the or
You and
hit
Gopher?
and the most pleasant
You,
experience?
Gopher, and Wake have taken the most hit.
I think Wake's probably taken the most, but
Wake seems
Well,
preoccupied
no,
right
just
now.
just like any botanist, they have to try their product.
Yeah. Don't get high on your own supply, man. Everyone knows that.
Well, they take small doses, enough to like, at least try
To
the
know it's
effects.
not poison.
Yeah, to know it's not fucking deadly.
All right. I didn't have any other plans today, I guess, says their captain.
Captain, we're under attack. What?
Ah,
I defer all actions to Grammy.
Let's cook him and eat him! All right, roll a con save as you dot a fingerful of it onto your tongue.
Oh boy.
19.
You take it like a champ. You're seeing very weird swirls around you, almost like there's a ring of what looks like psychedelic like nonsense just happening outside of your perimeter of vision.
Having
Color-
a cartoon trip. Got it.
Colors are starting to pulse a little.
Yeah. But
Okay.
you can tell that this stuff is way stronger than it should be.
Whoa!
This is you asked for secretion from a fairy dragon. It never said what kind of fairy dragon, and the only one you've ever seen was it itself.
Yeah.
So you just took this from something that could be bigger, could be smaller, could be who the fuck knows.
Okay, so just reporting this as we go here, Golfer. It's definitely working. This is definitely what we were asking for. Thing is, we just might have been kind of vague on it, because this is, I'm not feeling bad, but I'm feeling
The buzz
more?
is real. And I'll tell you this, because you took this, you actually get a +4 to intelligence
Oh, and I can see
for 24
the world!
hours.
Seeing is beneficial. For at start.
Well, at start, and also we got a really good high
Yeah.
con save.
Okay, I think this works. However, because it might be unpredictable, we might not want to rely on this as our primary source.
Roll a perception check.
With a 22.
You see words forming in the walls.
And all right.
It's in
There's-
Elvish.
There's some Elvish wording. What does it say?
It says
I am fluent.
It says to you, take sparingly. We know what you're doing.
I think there's some Fey cops who might be onto us.
You're getting paranoid.
I'm getting some warnings. Is anyone at the ship right now? Is it? Just tell me.
It's just
Gopher,
you- it's just you and
Gopher,
Gopher
just
right
tell me
now.
everything's gonna be okay. Just tell me it's gonna be okay. I just need to hear you
Cap,
say.
you're hanging outside the window.
Just tell me it's gonna be okay, Gopher. Just do what I ask.
It's gonna be okay, Captain. Don't jump. He's looking out the side.
Thank you. I just needed to hear that. Okay.
The words have transformed into something different.
Now what's it say?
Now it goes from take sparingly. It then transforms into what looks like it's saying
Have a good time.
no the she beast, and then it's unintangible at that point.
Oh, okay. All right, I might be coming down. May need another dose.
Don't go down. You want a rope?
Whatever. What?
I'm lowering a rope to him.
You feel like something like numbing hits your face, and then you're seeing it's Gopher slapping you awake. Captain, you were kind of spitting nonsense there for a hot second.
Sorry, my mouth is just really dry right now.
The suit burns better. Look.
Archie, dance, boogie.
Well, So I'm gonna say that's a test positive. Does work. Might have just been, ingesting some magical substance that really makes you question everything you see. But definitely saw some ominous writing on the wall, literally, saying that maybe we should be careful about how much of this we consume, and also something about something she-beast. And then it blurred out, and that's when you woke me up. Not sure if it's a problem.
He looks at his. That sounds like a trip.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead. I think I'm coming down now, so you.
He rolled just as high as you did.
Hey, great.
Oh Lord, I am seeing things.
Hey, cool.
His eyes are now just like purple, pink,
Super dilated.
and all kinds of swirls and shit. This man looks like a cartoon hypnosis trip right now.
All right. Okay, golfer. You seeing any words? Any warnings?
Mother of a fucking goblin's ass! What is that thing?
Yeah. That okay.
He fucking falls back at the table and just flips over.
Everybody want this rope?
Everything's fine down here, Wake. Thanks for the concern.
Okay.
He's having a fucking seizure right now.
Well, okay.
For fine.
Check that. Anyone who's good with medicine, should maybe come below deck. I do a medical check. 7.
He's foaming at the mouth right now.
Okay. Just put my wallet in his mouth to make sure he doesn't bite his tongue off. And hello.
On a 23 perception check, did I hear that?
You sure did.
Okay, Eloy's trained in medicine.
Wake's also
he'll,
on his way down.
He'll comment at that. I'll check in on
There's a dwarf convulsing on the floor right now, holding his throat.
with a. Well, you know what? First of all, I stick a stick in his mouth and make sure he doesn't bite his tongue.
That's what I was gonna do.
Just mentioned that.
Hey, after that, with
Oh no,
a.
that part's been covered. He got that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I said that.
No, now he has
okay.
3 sticks in his mouth.
Yep.
He's definitely not biting himself.
Hold on, quickly! Another one!
We really got to make sure. That's the only part of this I
Pull
know.
if you get down here, make a bird's nest.
With a 9 medical check, can I do anything for him?
You have this barrel of hay that you had clumped in your fist as you were getting out of bed to hear all this.
Wake assists with a 5.
Hold on! I'm gonna try what Mike does! Healing punch!
Don't tell me I just killed Gopher.
I have some scrolls of healing and healing potions. Everything will be fine.
If he falls to 0 HP, we can bring him back. We have ways of doing that magically.
I mean, I guess I was warned in Fey language to be careful how much we consume, but he took just as much as I did and took it just
He's also
as well.
a smaller person. I mean, stouter.
Come on.
He probably weighs as much as you.
You telling me he doesn't? He knows how to hold his liquor. He should be able to hold his magic drugs.
Okay, that's high severity. He's not dead,
Yay.
but you punched him in the gut so hard he pukes blood.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna say healing punch, not quite your thing yet.
I don't know. I thought I'd give it a try. You know, it's better than the foam.
All right.
Maybe.
If we administer a healing potion, do you think he won't choke to death on it, right, Eloy? You're the medic.
let's sit
You're
him
the
up.
medicine donkey here.
Let's shake him a lot.
You know what? That requires swallowing, which seems like maybe not his strong suit right now. I'm just gonna
true,
try a
he's
healing
clutching his
spell. I'll cast a healing word on him, see if that does anything for him.
All right.
That'll heal for 7 HP.
Okay, you cast your hand over his face. It doesn't get away from the coloration of his eyes, but the foam is slowly starting to just turn into regular saliva at this point. He's now actually breathing out of his mouth. But it's going to be difficult with all that leather strap you put inside his mouth, too.
I'll take that out.
Yeah, you pull that out, he's now breathing normally.
And gnawing the shit out of his tongue.
No, he's not gnawing his tongue. He just goes, Captain, what the... Ah, dick.
Nope, that's about right.
That's normal golfer. There we go. We're back.
I saw a mountain. It was hanging upside down from the sky. It was crashing down upon us all.
So like a continent or just a mountain?
It was a mountain, Captain.
Well,
In the sky.
In the sky! Are you deaf? I said it once!
wasn't there like the...
Guys, that sounds like the worst rock slide I ever heard of. I don't like this, you guys. I think we're messing with forces that we don't understand.
Well, I think he's just high as. I just think he's high off his ass.
Wasn't...
It had a face, lad! It had a face!
The mountain
Not
had a face?
The mountain had a face!
Not really disproving my point here.
That... There were like titans or something that was throwing mountains, right?
Yeah, but they were like on the ground. Like they were the ground.
Yeah, but if they threw mountains, they would be coming from the sky.
You're hearing gunshots from up above.
That
sounds like
sounds
something's going
important.
on.
I'm gonna go see that.
All right,
Yeah.
Risk
Gopher, you
comes,
stay here.
Risk comes in. He's like, I'll take it from here. You guys go upstairs and take care of that.
Thanks,
Thanks,
buddy. I pat him on the shoulder and I run up.
Your spirit like is stuck to his shoulder. As you run out.
I need that.
Good one.
All right, you head upstairs. It is a dark and stormy ass night that's happening right now. The ship is rocking very hard.
This happened way quicker than I expected. This is Otis on me. I am the navigator.
No, you don't. Yeah, this is like weird because like the water is kind of like rocking up and down. The ship is still pretty stable, but there's a weird thing that's happening. There's a phenomenon that a swarm of really big manta ray keep jumping up above you guys and around the ship. Some of them are actually landing on the ship itself.
All right, hold on, give me
and
a
when I
sec.
mean big, I mean these things are like 4 wrists put together.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to one in Aquan. Hey, what's going on? Why are you guys jumping like this?
He comes, get us away,
All right, hold on. I'm gonna try and shove him off the ship.
There's Onslow with a shotgun at the ready.
No. This he's fine. He's just scared.
What are you talking about, son? This has been happening for the past 15 minutes. It's a storm.
How
brewing.
long was I downstairs?
We were dealing with Gopher for a while.
Yep. No, as he says, everyone's now watching as the seas are rocking up and down. The ship is going up and down with each of the waves. The sky is black as night. It is flashing thunder as it's coming down. There's thunder coming down. The rain almost feels like hail as it hits the ship and your skin. Manta rays are just flopping all around you, like almost like how dolphins part out of the water, but they're trying to get away from it. It's all coming from one direction.
I just keep yelling at the manta rays, "Stay away from the ship!"
You
in
just
Aquan.
all constantly hear an Aquan, run away, he's coming, run away. The creature comes, run away.
Are we heading into the manta rays or with
All
them?
these manta rays are coming head on.
I yell at Pliskin, "We should probably turn around!"
I'm trying as best I can, Captain, but it keeps pushing the waves into us.
Should I get out and push? Like, that's probably not gonna help much.
I wouldn't get in these waves, Captain.
I mean, like, if anybody... I mean, you and I would probably be fine, but you probably don't want that.
By the way, Ansel this whole time is finding this a grand old venture. He's pot-shotting at manta rays as they come up. It's like a shooting gallery, son!
Yeah, again,
And-
stay
and then-
away from the ship!
And you know what? And they're scrung just like, eh.
I can work on my aim too, he says.
Oh no, he's not working on his aim. He's just like, he looks over to you guys when you see him as he's firing. Yeah, the fat guy said that if we kept doing this, we could sell off their skins for a pretty penny.
I mean, yeah,
Probably.
they're beautiful.
I'm getting me a brand new pair of pants, son!
Probably needs it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep looking around. Like, I'm gonna jump to the front.
Before you do
since
that,
we're heading towards that way.
Okay, no, you say that. I need you to roll me a dexterity check as this ship is rocking radically hard.
Do we all have to roll one?
Yep.
Dex check. Is this dex save or just check?
Check.
All right, that is a 19 then.
19. You're fine.
16 for me.
You're good as well.
Does my lower center of gravity do anything for me as a 4-legger?
What'd you roll?
Let's see. Dex check, a 9.
You try to get up the stairs going onto deck, and you just fall down them right back to the base of the stairwell.
Oh.
I yell down below deck, "Batten down all of the portholes!"
You don't gotta tell us twice, as you hear Polify. I'm soaking wet! I hate this!
That's what 250 will get you.
Shut up! you just hear angry birds squawking at you for that.
Too bad you didn't get the deluxe suite. Whoa! Just trying to goof on her while
Yeah.
rolled around.
All right, so I'm like running up to like the bow of the ship, just trying to see like what the hell are we heading into? What is coming?
From what you're looking at, you're in a really open area. It just looks like there's a bunch of archipelagos, so you see the islands, but when you think high tide, you don't think tides that could go above trees. That's how big these waves are being pushed at. There is a clearing off to the distance. There's a couple of other like land masses, but it's really dark and it's really hard to see through all this, through all the water and through all the rain. But again, all these manta rays are just coming at you guys head on, trying to jump out of the way. Hey, speaking of which, roll me a dex save as one careens its way to you.
Okay, I can kind of see. Whoa! Dex save 22.
You dodge it with ease.
Whoa, okay. Like, I see this storm, and I think Wake is just going to do what his master did whenever there was, like, massive, like, hurricanes and tsunamis going on the island. He's just going to take the staff and, like, shrug to himself. I've never been much for prayer, but, hey, Kelpie, whatever's going on here, I'd greatly appreciate if you just slow down a little, maybe.
Roll a religion check.
Religion. Oh, yeah, that's only a +1. 13.
You don't hear anything, you don't see anything, like, it just feels like it just fell on deaf ears. However, there is, like, this sensation inside of you that just automatically speaks to you, almost saying, not my doing.
Oh.
You like, there were no words. You didn't hear it, you didn't sense it. It just, like, you had this physical feeling that something replied to you saying, this isn't your doing.
Not me, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Wait, can you tell what these things are doing?
They're fleeing. Fleeing in fear.
From what?
From what I see, the darkness. And lots of big waves.
Who has dark vision?
I do. I can see up to 60 feet in darkness.
Roll perception.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Okay, so what you can...
I have a feeling.
When you see thunderclaps off in the distance.
Yeah.
You notice
That's
that...
really good perception. You're seeing sound.
Yep. Well, the thunderclaps are coming down, and you see the lightning strike down.
Yeah.
It makes a small form out in the distance, but that form is getting bigger. And from what you thought, is that a person?
Okay.
Is that a?
Yep. That's
Wait, no. That's a big person. That's a thigh. That's a man's thigh coming this way.
a man's
Just
thigh?
a thigh.
Just a
No,
thigh?
then you start seeing out of the darkness the negative space of what looks like a humanoid body, way bigger, and
Okay.
just like
This is
up
not
to
what
the
I thought.
chest is breaking through the clouds, coming your way.
If he points it out to me, can I see it? I'm guessing.
There's a giant man on his way. Well, a giant humanoid on its way here.
I don't know. All I see is black. I look up.
Roll perception.
Uh, 10.
You don't see it.
Yeah, all I see is darkness up there, Captain. I don't.
Oh, trust me, it's there. It's very big and it's very there.
So hearing that, Plisky goes, then what do we do, Cap?
I mean, we can't turn around. We've been trying, and there's land on each side of us. We could shoot it.
We don't.
While you're thinking that, roll a dex check as a manta ray comes flying at you.
Oh, just him? Okay.
Yep.
9.
I think we...
Slapped
Eloy.
in the face by a manta ray.
You start getting up, and then all of a sudden there's like this flapping sea pancake on top of you, as well as Ezra.
Now's not the time.
Between its pleas of trying to flee, it says sorry.
Wake, you, Scrung, and Onslow are the only ones there. Onslow's gonna try to take a peek after hearing that. With a nat 20. It's there, son. I can't shoot something that big.
We got cannons. Or is that...
I don't want to be the first one to try and hit this thing. If we can get away from this without fighting it, I would appreciate
There are
that.
now, like, you can now see in the distance, there is a dark blue skinned male walking towards you guys, wearing very, like, ship masts as, like, its loincloth and a piece of its, like, a bandolier around it with dead whales strapped to the bandolier. Walking towards you guys very slowly.
Anyone seen Gore lately? We've finally got someone who's a size for a match.
I pull out Calliope's horn, like the thaumaturgy horn.
Hello!
Roll diplomacy, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right, plus 0. 7.
It still keeps coming at you.
Doesn't even hear me?
Nope.
Oh.
Has anybody seen Risk lately? This is looking acolyte-y. He might know something. Excuse me, we're in your path!
Risp, we've got a big scare. Okay,
He can't hear you.
I'm going to head down.
The only people that you have on deck topside right now is Pliskin, Onslow, Scrung, and you guys.
Keep trying to steer us out of its path, Pliskin. I know you're saying it's not working, but just keep trying.
He's gonna keep trying.
I'm gonna head downstairs real quick and talk to Risp.
I will tell you this. Heading down there to talk to Riff about that. By the time you get downstairs, that thing will be upon you.
We'll be on it.
I don't appreciate being ignored! Hey!
Roll with disadvantage again.
With double
Speaking the
disadvantage.
wrong language, probably? Better this time. 12.
You hear a thunderous moan. This is a language none of you have any access to, unless any of you can speak giant.
How close is that to Dwarven?
All right, language isn't getting us anywhere.
It's
I'm going
not
to
getting you anywhere. However, it did halt the creature to know that something's trying to communicate with it, but it's still walking forward. It doesn't. You watch now as a giant hand that's covered in barnacle scoops down to try and grab at the manta rays that are fleeing.
Hey, just avoid us, please.
I'm gonna whip out my bagpipes and just play the most soothing song I can think of on the spur of the moment.
Can I combine that with the horn to make it louder?
Yes.
Okay, I put the horn up to the end of the bagpipes.
All right. Now with that, you don't have to roll with disadvantage.
All right, well in that case, that's a 23 performance.
So what was this? What was the point of this spell?
Just, it's not a spell, because I doubt any spell I have would affect this thing. Just something to try and soothe it and communicate
song.
that we're intelligent and friendly.
Okay. Well, the hand was actually about to lace its fingers right across the starboard bow of the ship, but it stops just as its palm is now at the front. Wake, you're now looking at a giant mass that shadows you.
All right, I got my spear out, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Oh no, it's not attacking. It's
Oh no! I'm just like sitting, like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna
If we gotta throw down.
really give him a splinter.
There are barnacles bigger than the ship itself is now sitting in front of you.
I have never seen a barnacle like that. Wake reflects to
One
himself,
of the barnacles.
Probably tastes good, but I'm not gonna bother right now.
The creature lurches its hand back. You watch as the hand returns into the darkness of the silhouette form. It looks like it's bending over forward.
I just keep playing, it seems to like this.
Well, now you watch as what looks like shaggy seaweed comes down from the sky. It's dark gray and looks all kinds of mangled. There are fish just trying to escape out of it. There are bits and pieces of ships and trees in it. Wait, that's not a beard. It super is a beard. There is now a nose peeking out of the sky right above your ship.
That's no beard, it's a space station.
Just look over at Wake. Is this Kelpie?
Nope. I
Roll a religion check.
have never met, but I got a pretty good feeling that it's not.
Roll a religion check.
Yeah, with this religion of 18, I'm pretty sure I can definitively say it's not Kelpie.
Kelpie's depicted as a female merfolk.
Yeah, Kelpie's like a lady.
Oh.
This is, I don't think it's a lady. I don't want to be offensive, but it's
If
got a
anyone
beard.
wants to roll knowledge,
I'll try.
Sure, I live in the ocean. Maybe I've heard of something like
4.
this. Hey, me too.
Scrung got
Four,
a 20.
Scrung, you have any idea what this is?
You watch as a cigarette falls out of his mouth. Oh my god. It's a storm giant.
All right.
That would explain the storm and the giant.
Now you watch,
Now you're just describing things you're seeing, Scrung.
and a face breaks through the clouds as the beard itself hits the water and actually pushes the ship to
Whoa.
the side. Everyone roll a deck save.
Weigh anchor!
19. Oh, wait, you said deck save?
Yep.
Yeah,
Sorry.
deck save.
22.
23.
12.
You are so lucky you're still down below deck. Did you just fall down the stairs again?
Yeah,
Is Rispin there? Ask him something.
I continue playing the bagpipes as I attempt to climb back up the stairs, and I weave a minor illusion into my playing so that I can use the minor illusion spell to conjure the sound of my voice without ceasing my song. Can somebody find Red or Risp and ask them if they have a comprehend languages spell?
Well, the moment your music was broken because of the fact that you fell down the stairs again,
Okay.
you saw, now you only see an eyebrow, the bridge of the nose, and the rest of the eyes peering through the clouds as the beard is now lurched down into the water and the base of his chin is right next to your ship.
I feel like every breath he takes would be blowing us away.
That is what's pushing the water, is his breath.
All right, I'm going to attempt to climb the crow's nest.
Okay, I thought you were getting
I
ready
was going to say,
you
climb his beard, like, what are you doing?
what I
We can
thought he-
Shadow the Colossus this. If I can get in his ears, I think I can get him.
But let me at least finish what I was going to say, though.
Yeah, sure.
Because it actually was going to end the episode after
Oh,
this.
okay.
You watch as an old man's, like almost satisfied face looks down upon you. You see its lips parse through the clouds. Its beard, its chin is now almost like at the same length of where the tip of the ship would be, because its beard now enters the water and eclipses a shadow over you guys. Because the music stopped, you now watch as this man's brow just becomes so furrowed. It's now completely angry that the music has stopped. Its lips parse into a frown. It opens its mouth to try and yell at you guys or try to say something to you guys. Even in a hushed tone, it sounds like a giant foghorn just went off in your heads.
My ear flaps snap shut.
Its mouth opens and you can see its Adam's apple, and then beyond that is just the void. And in its mouth, it has broken teeth. Some are covered in barnacles, and some are just ships that it replaced its teeth with. It bellows down upon you. You have no idea what it's saying as its hands kind of curl around the ship, and you can see that it's trying to cup the ship and lift it up. Whatever this thing said, it sounded pissed, and that's where we'll end the session.
This is how I die,
Well.
so be it.
That's a hell of a cliffhanger to have to wait 2 weeks for, but damn it if we aren't gonna do it. 'Cause we'll deal with this one next time on The Natural Wonders. But before we go, and sorry again for everybody as the stream cut itself in tween here. Well, not even
Twitch
not
has
even
been,
really.
Twitch
in
has been
tween.
having hiccups as
I don't
of
even
late.
know if it was
Yeah.
Twitch. It looked like OBS just crashed or
Torn
something.
asunder.
Ah, well.
So, yeah, OBS was given 0. But before we go, we got some fan art.
boy.
Brian, there's one thing you're going to need to do. We're going to need to get the preview monitor back so I know what I'm talking about here. No problem. Because I got to open her up anyway.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, we in. All right. Let me scroll down as well. All right, starting at number 1 here, by Wrecked Powered Ape, arcade or Rocket Powered Ape. I'm sorry, that
goodness.
sounds better. Dylan Price on Twitter. We have the Kidapossum Dillo, the Kiddillapossum,
The creature.
the Kiddillassum.
The chimera cat.
Yeah, Cat Mara.
Edward.
It is Big Brother. They got a lot of great detail here on the fur. On the fan art stream on Friday, we'll be able to zoom in on it a bit better. But there's some great texture work here. I absolutely adore it, and I would not want it as a pet, but I'm sad it had to die. Thank you, Dylan Prince.
Bit of a nightmare creature.
Bit of a nightmare. Next up, by
Not
Marvel
his fault.
Poison, we have
Hey.
Ringmaster Captain Ezra,
Hell
dressed
yeah.
up to the nines, ready to give on a show. Hopefully, if this Storm Giant thing goes well, we can actually,
And behold, one of the 7 wonders of the sea!
really work on our show so that we can get our hit racket in there. But thank you so much, Marvel Poison. This is wonderful. I love his feathered cape there. It
Looking
looks-
at chat here. Yo, that was Zito doing the Full Metal Alchemist reference. Don't pin that one on me.
Yeah. Next up. It's all right. Yeah, speaking of nightmares, if Joey Massacre ever wants to give it a pass, he knows who to pass it on to, and that's Nedra.
Well, remember, they also said that, what the hell is it called? Bullcard has, in the wilds, wild nightmares.
Yeah, so Nedra will like that. She loves nightmares, and this is by E.M. Hillsberg on Twitter. Looking great. I love, again, the texture and the color work on this. The friggin' nightmare looks amazing.
Intense.
Yeah, this is good-looking stuff. Of course,
The heat.
Nedra, always having a good time.
When
Like-
nightmares race, it's always in a dead heat.
Thank you kindly. Next up, by
Ooh.
by Sly M Glob. There's a lot of leet in there, so
Okay.
it's SLYMGL0B. So I guess just one leet, but or Oh No's art on Twitter. We got this. What I'm dubbing Afro Samawake, like just because of the hair, but it looks great. Like this got this oil painting style, although I'm pretty certain it's digital. Like-
Yeah, it's digital.
Yeah.
But it's got the look.
Regardless, it looks great. This is what Wake would look like if he ever had to fight Sam Jackson's character in Afro Samurai.
Right on.
I also like that for the fins on him, it's almost kind of like wingsuit fins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. Thank you so much. Next up.
Dog.
Yeah, this is cute casual Nedra here by Skittish Cosplay, whose commissions are open, by the way, at Skittish Cosplay. This is kind of what I imagine she might be wearing, like just during a casual training day, just something that's loose, comfortable, and breathes easy on the tropics of the open seas. Yeah, it's actually really cute. Like just seeing her having a good time, being happy, and yeah.
I love how expressive it is with just the line art. Like no shading, no color,
Yeah.
but uses what it is to get across what it needs to. That's
It's
really
great.
good.
And we always appreciate Nedra here. She's everybody's favorite punchy princess. Thank you so much, Skittish Cosplay.
She's got a cold right now.
Yeah, she's getting better. Next up, we got some red art here
Yeah.
by Lion a Roll, or Lion a Roll, however you want to spell it. That is how it is going on Twitter. Got this over-the-shoulder look.
I love
This real come hither, but not too close. You might get burned.
Yeah,
So-
this is either she's looking back on somebody expecting them to come with them, or looking over her shoulder like, God damn it, what that asshole do this time?
So I'm gonna say right now that every time I see red fan art, I kind of just go, "Oh my God, are people turning her into Carmen Sandiego?" Because I'm super into that.
Every time I see her, she's always dressed like, a Belmont. I think
Yeah.
we've gotten one where she's been dressed as Alucard, which
Yeah,
is really good.
I either see Belmont or Carmen Sandiego, and I love both of them. It's fine.
It's awesome.
super fine.
Regardless, thank you so much, Lie on a Roll, or aptly Ace to Burn, or apply Ace to Burn. Great stuff. And again, we'll be looking at this more on Friday. Next up by Sage Green Cat, we got Donkey Fire!
Spew your fire, donkey.
Spit that hot fire.
King.
Eloy's ready for that rap battle.
Jesus, shit.
Boys got bars.
This bar's got bars.
Yeah.
People were pointing out that at least stock, a fire-breathing potion, gives you 3 uses, but I only needed 1.
I wonder if you can save that. It's just like, oh, I got.
Well, I mean, that's what I was like, drinking a quarter of it. Guys, I don't...
It's real spicy. It's like eating the hot curry in Smash.
Yep.
Thank you, Sage Green Cat. Great as always. Next up.
Mr. Slaps.
Yeah, we got some Mr. Slaps action. We looked at this last Friday. This is a bit of a scroll down for me. Go for it.
Mr. Slaps is a character I don't deem as someone who needs fan art, and yet I've seen so much Mr. Slaps in the past week, and I'm just like, okay, I can still be happy that he's getting fan art, but why though?
Look, he's even got
guys.
the little torpedo snails on his griffin claw too. It's great.
We don't get to decide what deserves fan art.
Oh no, I know. I know that's not the case, but I'm just like, Mr. Slaps of all things.
I just want to say, like, if you zoom in on it, I feel real bad for the human half of the face.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no,
I don't want to be here.
that's exactly what I was going for.
Yep. This is by Scrap Paper 22 or Russ C. Thank you so much, dude. It looks great.
Terrifying.
Next up by At the Tiny Bird, we got we got Wonder Babies. They make our dreams come true.
I love that baby Wake is eating a pufferfish.
Yeah, little baby Wake. I think it's a cuttlefish, like little baby Wake. Oh no, he's
No, cuttlefish is a squid.
yeah, no, I think he's sucking on a shell.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Either
can't
way,
see from here, unfortunately.
Either way, it's adorable. And little Ezra just like, I'm gonna be a captain someday,
Yeah.
so I can go find Dad.
Fuck you, Dad!
I feel like I look like a young Luffy in this. With that big toothy grin.
Meanwhile, there's Eloy.
Yeah,
Hey, big
starstruck
dummy.
Eloy. Probably listening to his first bit of music. I also like that.
more than just drums.
I also like that due to Ezra's dad, his shirt it has like the Navy symbol on it.
Yeah.
Let's just wait. Just nom nom nom. I like this fish. It's my favorite. Next up, Harkin Christian with another Mr. Slaps.
Oh my god.
We zoomed and enhanced all day on this one on Friday. It is disturbingly incredible. Yeah, I love the, like, as opposed to the other one, this one's much more gangly, and, like, its squid arm is just, like, a rope that's somehow attached to its body.
Oh, trust me, for this arc, get ready, because this is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to nightmares.
I'm getting the feeling we're getting some scary stuff.
No, I'm sure you're getting your Reanimator vibe on here.
Oh, for
just
fuck's
having a
sake,
lot of
yeah.
fun. But this is great, and this is, again, by At Harkin Christian, or Chris Mation. Great stuff. If you want to see us zoom all the way in on this sucker, feel free to check out last Friday's fan art stream over on the archive channel, youtube.com/stream4star. Next up by Big Boss 08, we got Mega Scrung.
Yeah.
I love that, like his Mega Buster cannon is just like bolted to his arm.
Yep. It doesn't actually fire anything, it's just there for show.
Nah, he's looking good. He's looking much happier. We got to figure out his arm situation.
Yeah, he's only still got the one arm and he's firing with his revolver.
Luckily we're dealing with a Frankenstein dude. Maybe we can get him like a really cool arm or something. Who
Man,
knows?
I should have seen if I could have found like right hands in that pile of body parts and see if we could sew it back on it.
I mean, he was only looking for left hands that whole time.
Yeah, all I wanted were left hands because I knew Scrung could use the right ones. But thank you so much, Big Boss 08. Next up, I think I got a bit to scroll here, but I also think this is is this the last one? Yeah. Yeah. We got Ezra pinned to the wall. Don't worry, Captain. I got you.
Called me
Captain.
I laughed so hard when I heard that. I was just like, that is so fucking good.
This is some great sketch art here too. Like the perspectives and everything. It looks
Almost
great.
forgot that happened.
Yeah. Almost forgot you got impaled and
Yeah.
stuck to a wall.
There's a giant scar in the middle of your stomach now.
This is by Veronica Boudian. Sorry if I butchered that name. That might be Boudian. Beaudion, aka Nefarious Vixen. Thank you so much. This looks great. Can't wait to see more.
Thank you
And
very
we can't
much.
wait to see more of you guys next time at the table.
Cobalt special.
Yeah, tune in next week for a Cobalt one-off special, and 2 weeks from now, Grant and I will be back from AX, so we'll be able to chill back here at the Natural Wonders and hopefully deal with this storm giant situation in a manner that does not involve either half our party dying or us murdering a giant.
You never know.
Got more, honey?
I will earwig the shit out of it next time. Anyway, see you then.
Later.